What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today, Rob and Melanie are going to continue our campaign through Tainted Grail, the Fall of Avalon. This is episode 5. If you haven't already watched, we are playing through our campaign in succession. There will be spoilers, you are warned. But if you don't want to be spoiled what's going on, where we're at, and you do want to watch our playthroughs, and this is a long time in the future and you already have the game, and you've played through a bunch and you're okay with spoilers, or you're just a crazy person that's never going to buy the game, and you don't care about our spoilers, and you just love watching us two beautiful people on your on your TV, your iPad, or your phone, whatever. Just kidding. Anyways, go back and watch episodes 1 through 4, obviously before 5. They're all in a playlist at Rob's Gaming Table on YouTube. I'll drop them in the description below, so you guys can go check out those episodes first. Thank you to all our Patreon backers for supporting the channel, and everyone who's donated to our fundraiser to get Too Many Bones, Undertow, on the channel. The links for all that stuff's in the description below. Also, if you don't want to miss our live streams, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss when we go live. Also, social media links are below. With that all out of the way, we are going to start talking about some rules mistakes we've been making, and thank you to everybody who's been leaving comments on previous videos and timestamps to help us when we're going back. Before we film this, we're looking at them. I made some notes, so we're going to go over what we've been messing up in previous videos and some clarifications and kind of things, and also the big blunder in the last episode with the whole exploration journal mess up and stuff, and we'll talk about the change to FAQ. So let's get into that now. One thing we've been doing wrong is we've been escaping encounters sometimes, and even when we have the card that lets you escape without getting hit by the opportunity attack, it just blocks the opportunity attack, not losing the energy. So we've been escaping from combats and diplomacies and not losing energy. We're a bunch of cheaters, but just to correct that for those paying attention, we should be losing an energy every time we go to escape a combat, even if we have the card down that is stopping us from getting hit by the opportunity attack or whatever it's called. All right, connecting diplomacy variable symbols. All right, let's talk about this one a little bit. So in here, in the rules, up above my head here, you see that little variable symbol, whatever it's called. This bonus symbol, this bonus is determined by the encounter card and the attribute it attaches to. Go to the description of the current stage on the encounter card and see if it contains a rule corresponding to the attribute this bonus is connected with. Example, in a stage called Reveal a Forgery, keys might move the track up. So after reading this and after reading the different discussions, some people are saying we're right, some people are saying we're doing it wrong. Basically, I was wrong is my understanding right now, and this is the way we're going to go forward. Mel was completely right, and in a couple of the last episodes I was correcting her. No, this is how it works, and it made sense to me. It seemed to make sense with other stuff in the game, but as I've learned from playing board games for the last 7 years, 8 years, I've learned there's not much consistency across board games. There's not much consistency in the rule book for a single game. Sometimes they don't streamline stuff, and things are developed at different times, and just whatever. So I was using other logic in the book to make my case, but I was wrong. So let's discuss how this works here. Just quickly, an example. I'm going to grab the bottom blue card here that we've done recently. That's not a good example, but we'll still use it. This one here. Okay, so let's look at these two diplomacy encounters. So how I was understanding it, which was wrong, I believe. That's how we're going to play it. Leave it in the comments below, but I think we're going to do it right going forward. So the wrong way. I was thinking if I connected the bonus, and it was the variable symbol on the other card, which is the little, like this little variable symbol here, right above my thumb. If that connected on a key, I would look at the stage. Let's say I was doing the top stage here, and I would look, and if I had caution or empathy here, I would say on my board, I had those stats, I would say it went up twice. But I think how it's supposed to go and how Mel's corrected us, and some of you in the comments have said, and after me reading the small amount of this being mentioned in the rules, because the example for it, just as an example when it's only one symbol in the stage box here on the encounter card, but this is the example that was messing me up, is how I think it's supposed to go now and how we're going to do it going forward, unless we are corrected. Is if you connected, for example, a caution key with this variable bonus, you would go to the encounter card, and if it's a caution key that connected, it goes up. But I was thinking if you had both these stats, it could go up twice. But my understanding is per key, you check here, and in this situation, it'll only go up if you connected a caution key or if you connected an empathy key. And you could do that with both the same card, but in rare situations, or most situations, it'll go up only one. So that's how I was doing it. So we're making, I think, these encounters a little more easier for ourselves, where we shouldn't have been. So going forward, we're going to do it the more hard way, the way that it probably should be done based on the thing I just read to you. in this example. So this is, if we're clear based on the rules here, this bonus is determined by the encounter card the attribute attaches to, okay? And so then it says, go to the description of the current stage on the encounter and see if it contains a rule corresponding to the attribute this bonus is connected with. So now it's talking about keys. So we go back and check the key. Did it connect on the proper key? If it did, then it goes up. Okay, so we're gonna do it that way. That's just that correction going forward. Just to let you guys know, we've been goofing that up in previous videos, and I've been trying to correct Mel my way, and we're doing it my way because no one really corrected us for the first couple episodes on it. But I understand nobody really had the game yet. So now that we know, like we said, you guys let us know. We're gonna look into it. We'll fix it going forward. Try to make these playthroughs the best, and hopefully you guys learn from our mistakes. That's our goal here. Okay. The other thing, let's see the next rules issue here. Let me put those back. Guardian encounters. So in the last episode, I believe it was, Mel messed up, and I even brought it up. I said, I don't think it's supposed to work like that. She was on a location with a Guardian, and she just kept attacking the Guardian, basically jumping into a counter with the Guardian over and over again. And we thought you could just do it, but it felt weird to me because she didn't have to spend an energy to do it. And in the rule book, only thing I read was when you enter a location, the Guardian triggers, or when the Guardian moves onto a space with you or doesn't move, and you're on a space with the Guardian, then it triggers that encounter. But she was just able to do it over and over and over again, keep fighting the same Guardian on the space she was with without moving out and moving back in, which I think is stupid that you have to move out and move back in if you want to fight the Guardian again. That seems super dumb. But it makes sense you have to spend an energy to kind of get into it. Like, it feels in this game like you should always be spending an energy to kind of trigger something. So the fact she was able to just keep fighting the Guardian over didn't feel right. And you guys let us know in the comments. Yes, in the rule book, there is nothing that says you can just fight it. So we made that mistake. Going forward, we'll learn from that. And we will only fight Guardians if they move onto our space with us, or we're on a space with them and they don't move during the start of day phase, or if we move into a location with a Guardian. So if you're on a space with a Guardian, you just have to wait till it comes and fights you again, or you leave and you come back. But that sucks because you have to spend 2 energy to do that. So that still feels dumb. You should be able to just spend an energy to attack the Guardian, is in my opinion, but we're not going to do it that way. We're going to follow the rules. But yeah, it just feels super weird that it's like they're in your space with you. You should be able to just fight it again, but...
I feel like we even looked it up and couldn't really find it.
Yeah,
so
we
kind
couldn't
of
find
just made our own
Yeah, we just ruled it. Yeah, but it was only for one Guardian. We'll fix it going forward.
Yep, sorry.
The other thing is magic keys. When magic keys connect, there are certain cards in our diplomacy or combat decks that say you gain so many red cubes or move the track up for each connected magic key. Well, I was upset and I ranted basically saying, how am I supposed to keep track of all the keys that I've connected with magic and which ones I haven't? So I ruled it, anything that we connected before, because we didn't know, we had a whole bunch of cards out and I was kind of upset. How are we going to know how many we connected at this point? It seems kind of silly. There's no way to track it. It doesn't talk about it in the rules. But I've seen people mentioning online and mentioning in the comments, the best way to do it is after you connect a magic key and you spend that red cube to do it, put it on the card. Put it on the card, and that will remind you. So as you go along in your combats and your cards are connecting, you will have a whole list of red cubes on some cards, and you'll be able to quickly just count it up as you're adding that up. So that's the one thing we'll do going forward. Sense. Yes. The map, top row on the map. We have this messed up where I moved it at the end of the video. It didn't change anything, but I had these 2 locations. I accidentally had them over here when I moved the map over. So I fixed that. They're there. So thank you, whoever left that to us. Sorry, I didn't write down all the names I should have, but thank you for leaving comments to let us know to fix that. The other thing was the cool FAQ change. So in the last video, you saw me edit in a section where I talked about we were goofed up. The book told us to remove the Tainted Grail, so we removed it at Camelot. Then we wandered off on our merry way, trying to take the Tainted Grail to Amergin. And when we got to Amergin, we realized it's not just story. We didn't just kind of have the Tainted Grail so we had a status or something. When we got to him, we actually needed Secret Card 8 in our possession. But the game stole it from us and threw it away. So 2 things were bad from that. It goofed us up. We were kind of messed up. It delayed our last video because I had to reach out to the publisher. And we got the designers to tell us that, yes, thanks to us, we found a goof up in the book, and they even updated the FAQ. So here in the FAQ, there is now version 7 of the FAQ, location 190, verse 17. This is what screwed us up. Is the part in the verse asks you to discard the secret card is an error and should be ignored. This verse should not remove the secret card from the players. And yeah, so I looked through the book. I kind of had to read some stuff I shouldn't have probably been reading in Camelot to try to figure out if we messed it up or they messed it up. And of course, it was them, not us. We weren't that crazy. Yes, we messed things up, obviously, but this time we were really beating ourselves up for a couple of days. I was upset that we spent a whole Sunday playing, and then we realized like maybe we had to trash that play and we did something wrong. We'd have to start over or something or lose the game. I don't know what we're gonna do, but thankfully, it is just an FAQ correction, as you see there. So just to know going forward, check the FAQ whenever you're playing. It does get updated. It's going to be updated more, I'm sure, as more people play the game and we get further into it. We may find some other issues. There are also some good rules questions in here. Check the FAQ. Go to awakenrealms.com, hit resources, go to Tainted Grail. There's the latest rule book in there. There's the latest FAQ, and even a sheet you can print out for the campaign stuff if you run out of your 30-something sheets you have. But there's resources there. So I just want to put a spotlight on that. Also over at Board Game Geek, they are collecting in the forums there like an unofficial FAQ where they've been answering questions in there best they can, and they're going to send that stuff over to the developer, and that will get put in the official FAQ, the stuff that's really important, I'm sure. Anyways, that is that. So going forward, to correct it, like I said in the last video, I got the Tainted Grail back. So that's what we're going to do. I took it back, and I got the magic. I went back and watched the video, kind of found out how many days we went through, also counted the cards to make sure. So I think I added 7 extra magic that I should have been getting at the start of every day, because this is the only relic I have. So I definitely wouldn't have been switching back and forth with another relic. So I would have had this, we would have had extra magic, which probably would have made some of those encounters a little easier for us.
Yeah.
And also would have made lighting some menhirs a little easier, but we were struggling, spending extra energy for me to gain magic the hard way. So just to correct that, to kind of balance it out a little bit, I don't know, I just decided to add 7 extra magic to make up for that. And then at the end of the scenario, we discarded secret card 8.
And we're supposed to discard it this time, right?
Yes, I hope so.
We hope so.
We'll find out, I guess. So yeah, we did it. We discarded it. Basically, what the developer said, the way we went was not a normal way. There was like 3... I'm not going to go too into it because it is a little spoilery what he explained to me. But yeah, we've been going off on our own and doing kind of like not the normal stuff. So maybe in play testing or people who've got the game already just haven't been going that route. But that's how we kind of uncovered the bug in the exploration journal. We're a little nuts here.
But then that means we could uncover more since other people didn't
Well,
go this way to
I'm
find
hoping
the
some of
beginning.
these branching paths will come back to the same kind of like, even though we went on a side tangent quest, maybe it'll bring us back and we'll continue on.
Yeah.
That's the other hope. Okay. The next one is there's one thing at the end of some chapters. So we'll take care of this now as we go through. Let's go through the end of the chapter where we'll catch up to where we were as previously on. Okay, where was it? I had the page open. Okay, sorry. So at the end of the last one, we completed our quest and your current chapter. Mm-hmm. Here's the example. So it says each player gains 1 XP and 1 magic. And in the past, some people have said we shouldn't be each getting it if we're not together. And in this situation, we are not together. We are on separate locations. So I triggered this whole story tree, and I got to the point it says each player gains 1 XP and 1 magic. Well, in the exploration journal, sometimes it says each player, and sometimes it says everyone in the party. Like it'll say party or player. So we did it wrong. I've always assumed every player in this stuff, but it isn't. And I look back and watch some of our previous videos, and we did mess it up sometimes where it said each party and we weren't together. So I took the reward at the end of the chapter. But sometimes people have commented said we shouldn't have when it says each player. So each player, even when we're not together, it says each player. I'm giving it to both. And I think that's how it's supposed to work.
Seems fair.
Yeah, is we're supposed to do each player gains it, whether you're there or not. Because it doesn't say party. It doesn't say party. So at the end of the last one, each player gains 1 XP and 1 magic. Discard all event cards, including any active quests. Then either save your game or draw a chapter 5 setup card and follow its instructions to begin the next chapter. So that's where we're at. That's what we're going to do here. So let's get down to the table and we'll discard our stuff. So I had it slow here because I was trying to count everything and then rewatch the video and all that stuff. But so all this stuff will get discarded, which just goes...
Let me shuffle it in?
Yeah.
Those are the randoms?
Oh yeah, let me double check, make sure they're all random. I didn't put something back in that shouldn't be. Yes. These are randoms. There you go. And then I got chapter 5 stuff here. Chapter 5, this quest 4 and 4 discarded. Oh, I have more random events here. Oh, this must be their current one here. Shuffle those in. 4A, that we don't need anymore. Special A, not sure if we need that. We'll find out. But that's going away. And then that is gone. Okay. So, Chapter 5. Prepare the event decks. Find all parts of... Oh, did I just get rid of what I had there? Chapter 5. Yeah, I did. I pulled them out just to be ready. Okay, so Chapter 5. Stack them from 3 bottom, 1 to top. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Okay. That is good. Okay. Then if you have the Hunted secret card, discard the top card from the event deck. I don't think we do. I've never heard of that, so I'm going to say no.
Nope.
Now follow the instructions on the back of this card. So we flip. Then we create our encounter decks for 1 to 3 players. We're just using 2 and 3, so we're taking out 1s, which I feel like we've already done.
Yep, we already did that.
So they should be all the same. Yeah,
yep.
All the ones are here. So we're just going to leave them, I guess, keep going forward. Oops. And then Guardian. 3 to 4 players. Place Knight Errant Gray Encounter in the lowest number revealed location.
Knight Errant?
Yeah, Knight Errant. That guy right there. Yep. So we'll shuffle those up. And he will go lowest number. So kind of like this whole idea of the Guardians going in the lowest number kind of keeps pushing you forward is how I feel.
Yeah.
It's like a mechanic to kind of scare you to keep moving to higher numbers.
However, though, this minion is going to go out and they're all just going to
Yeah, that's what happens. And then we got Guardian troubles like every single freaking chapter. Setting us back. They're doing their job, that's for sure. Okay. You're now ready to start Chapter 5, The Fall of Avalon. Discard this card and reveal the top card of the event deck.
Okay, let us know what we're doing here. These are shuffled and good. I cut them as well.
This is random events.
Yep.
Okay, Chapter 5. The Hunt Catches On. Well, that explains why you don't have the hunted. You discard this. You managed to elude the attention of the higher powers for a surprisingly long time, but now you're too close to the Grail to remain unnoticed. Each character gains 2 experience.
Oh, sweet.
It doesn't say party or anything. So it's like the terms here. Character.
Okay, I'm just going to change this to a 5.
Oh, you got loads of experience. Nice.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, great. All right. Gain all remaining parts of the something is watching status.
Oh.
So because we haven't been getting it fast enough, obviously the game decided.
Oh, it was only 1 more we needed.
Oh. That's what we're getting from special card A over and over again, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now it's saying, yeah, you guys are too good. We're gonna give it to you anyway. Not we're too good. We're cheating.
Too slow.
Yeah. We're too fast. If we're slow, we would have got it organically.
Yeah.
So this is saying you didn't get it, so we're gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
Go to verse 13 in the Book of Secrets. Okay, let's do that. Oh man. Book of Secrets.
Notebook out here.
13. So did you check them all off, the statuses?
I did.
All right. Verse 13. You don't know why this ancient monstrosity picked you as its target, but you know it won't rest until you're dead. Your mission just got that much harder. Gain the Hunted secret card 13.
Oh.
Oops. All right, Hunted 13. At the start of the day, move your pursuer according to the rules found in verse 13 of the Book of Secrets.
Oh, so someone is going to...
Okay, let's see.
So who's going to take this?
I don't know. Place a dial with a quest token on it and set it to 1. Okay. So let's put the 1 like that. All right.
Okay.
From now on, a relentless pursuer chases you. Refer to the following rules for more details. Hunted rules. From now on, at the start of each day, move the 4-dweller model 1 connected location in the direction of the closest character. If there were several paths of equal length or several characters within the same range, the 4-dweller takes a path that goes through the connected location with the lowest location numbers. When any character ends up in the same location as a 4-dweller, draw and resolve the 4-dweller purple encounter difficulty 4. So let me grab that card just so it's kind of ready.
Purple.
Yep, purple, level 4. Those are all level 1s. Four-dweller, okay. So I'm just going to put that like on the top here.
Okay.
Just to be quicker. All right. If the quest, yeah, we resolve that. Then, if the quest dial on the 100 secret card, oh, it's on the card. I get it. Okay, so we'll just keep that out there in the middle.
Okay.
If the quest dial on the 100 secret card 13 is at 3, the encounter gains the following trait. Each character can play up to 3 cards during their activation. So it limits you to 3 cards if we're at 3. Okay. If the dial on the 100 secret card 13 is at 4, the encounter gains the following traits. Each character can play up to 3 cards during their activation. Okay, the same.
Okay.
And then each character panics during the whole encounter regardless of their terror.
Oh.
If the quest dial on the 100 secret card 13 is at 5, the encounter gains the following traits. Each character can play up to 2 cards during their activation. Each character panics during the whole encounter regardless of the terror. If you win the encounter, go to verse 14. If you fail or escape, each party member loses 1 energy in addition to the cost of escaping combat or any other losses suffered in the encounter. Then move your character to any connected location. If the 4 dweller's location disappears, place his model and time dial on the side of your play space and set the time dial to 2. Once it runs out, place the 4 dweller on the lowest numbered location revealed on the table. Any encounters with the 4 dwellers you might draw from the purple encounter deck do not change the preceding rules. Okay, now continue the game. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Future Rob here, just editing this video. I just want to cut in with another rules correction. As you can see, we're reading the Book of Secrets, section 13, to learn about the hunted and the 4 dweller miniature and how all that stuff works. But we're a little confused because in the Book of Secrets number 13, it doesn't mention putting the 4 dweller model on the map. So it tells you the rules about how to move him and all that stuff that we've read through, that you just saw us in the video. We were a little confused. So we kind of just ruled it that it would go where on the lowest number, kind of like where Guardians go. So we put it on the lowest location number just to continue the playthrough. We were filming on a Sunday. We knew we wouldn't hear back from the developers if we asked them on the spot. It would take days. We only can play on weekends. So we figured let's just play through. We'll put it on the lowest location and continue on with the playthrough. When I was done filming with this video you're going to watch, we then emailed the developers and they just got back to me. That's why this video is a little bit late, but they got back to me with a correction. So what had happened, and I found there were people on Board Game Geek that were also having this issue. I saw this asked in the forums where other people were confused and didn't know how to add the 4 dweller and just kept moving on. So what happened, as you saw in chapter 5, we got the something is watching status, all 4 parts. I believe it's 4 parts. If you have all 4 parts of the something is watching status, it tells you when you get your first something is watching status, supposedly. I don't remember this, but they said in the game it tells you if you ever get all 4 parts, you need to resolve special card C. Well, we didn't remember that. Obviously, that was months ago when we probably read that, or not months, but weeks, at least weeks. So we wouldn't remember reading that card that tells us that, and it's kind of weird. We got to chapter 5. It tells us get all the rest of them. So you could get them earlier. You can get the something is watching statuses earlier, as you probably know. If you're playing to this far and you've been playing, because I did see some people online had it in chapter 2, chapter 3. Because if you just take long enough, special card A, as you've seen in our playthrough, we get special card A and it gives us a something is watching status. Eventually that leads to the 4 dweller model coming out, but the only place it instructs you how to put the model on is on special card C. So it didn't tell us to do that when we were playing this day. So we forgot about that. I guess it was there. I don't remember that, but so they told us just basically it's not a big deal. Just at the current spot in your playthrough. So if you were watching this video and you're past this point or you're at this point and you got all the something's watching status and you weren't sure how to add the model, which I know there are people in that situation, just go grab special card C. This is from the developers. They sent this to me and they said just resolve it right now wherever you are at in your playthrough. It's not a big deal. So just resolve C, and C says, which I'll do right now, is run for your life. Place a 4 dweller model on the location with the largest number of characters. If there is no such location, place it on the location of the character with the highest character number. Then you throw special event B on top of the event deck. Place 7, -1 per player random events on top of it. Then it tells you on here, go to the book 13, a Book of Secrets, verse 13, and then read the rules for him. So how we missed it was in chapter 5. It doesn't tell you to do card C. So what they're going to do is they're going to add a additional piece of text on the save sheet under the something is watching status, which they'll update on their website and I guess in the next printings of the game. where it'll tell you underneath the something is watching status. Similar to some of the other statuses, they'll tell you something underneath if you get certain parts or certain amount of parts, do this. They're going to put it so once you get all 4, they're going to tell you resolve special event card C. So we didn't do that, but this doesn't really change anything. We just put the 4 dweller on the lowest number and moved on. So this doesn't really make us have to adjust anything. We'll just keep dealing with them how we're dealing with them, and you'll see that in the next episode. But at least we know going forward, and hopefully this helps some of you who've got to this point and are having the same issue, maybe came to this video of chapter 5 going, hey, I had this, I don't know what to do with this 4 dweller. Well, here's what you do. Go grab special card C and resolve it. So I'm going to get you back to the video, but just keep in mind, you can tell we're confused. We didn't know what to do with them, so we just threw him on the lowest number location. It may have messed with our playthrough, obviously, because he would have been in a space with us already, so maybe it made it a little easier for us. But just FYI, this is a correction that's going forward, so you know. All right, thanks a lot. All right, so we looked around online and can't find an answer where to put this 4 dweller. It doesn't say specifically where he starts that we can read here in this section 13. But if I look at, it tells about if you win, go to 14. I kind of looked ahead there. It says basically how to get him back on the table and hunting you. He would start on the lowest numbered location revealed on the table. So we're just going to go with that as our ruling on where he starts, because it's supposed to at the start of the day move him as per the rules. But if he's not on the board, like we don't know where to put him, how are we going to move him? So we'll just start him on the lowest location. So this is our 4 dweller model here.
That's cool.
Sun drop is 4 arms. Yeah. So we'll review these rules again when we need to move him at the start of the day. But we have hunted cards set to 1. The token, a quest token on top of a dial set to 1 on the hunted card in our play space here. So let's keep going. All right. So then find and resolve chapter 5 part 2 card. Okay, so this will be discarded. There's no quests on it or anything. Okay.
You did everything on the other side?
Other side of what? The other side is just the back of it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just following the instructions here.
Yep.
Okay. Place this card on top of the active quest pile. And it says the Fernsea is notoriously difficult to navigate, riddled with hidden crevices and caves. Finding anything there might involve a considerable effort. The quest, titled the Underfern, is retrieve the True Grail from Fernsea, which is location 153. Is Fernsea... Oh, we already have Fernsea.
Yeah, we already have it.
Okay, I was going to say, let's check the map to find out which direction to go. But yeah, we're already there, 153.
Yep.
So that's where the True Grail might be, because we got to retrieve it from there. Then it says, put special event B on top of the event deck. Specials are here. B, top of the event deck. Okay. And then place 8, -1 per player. So that's 6 random events on top of the deck. You shuffled this already.
I did. Nope, that's fine.
No shenanigans. No shenanigans. Let me just cut it so that all the good weathers and beautiful weathers are on the top. Just joking.
That'd be so nice.
I wish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Okay, that's set up. And then if you have secret card 8, we don't, because we discarded it as told to at the end of that last chapter. Resolve chapter 3 part 3 card from the event deck. Otherwise, continue the game. So that's our quest. And let's go retrieve the True Grail from Fernsea 153. So, recap where we're at. 4 left on this min here. Nothing left on this min here. We were in the middle of a day. We explored this location to read that last chapter part, which we just went through. That was you, A-Rev. I am Maggot, sitting on 133. You are at the min here, which is on
140.
Abandon Fulfur.
Oh, yeah.
And this is the whole moving the men here back and forth actions that are on these locations.
Mm-hmm.
Or on this location. Oh, this location, this location.
Yeah.
Okay, so does it connect? Yes, we literally can go north. There is a connection between these two. Now let's see what Fulfur. Let's read about Fulfur here. It's easy to lose your footing on this treacherous ground covered with a thick carpet of ferns.
Also, should this one be revealed?
Because I'm here?
Because you're there?
Yeah, because I moved it and made it stupid. So
Oh,
yes.
yeah. We got confused.
Yeah, so 152. 152 should definitely... Oh, man, 152 is deep. 152, yes. And yeah, nothing this way because there's no arrow off this one.
Right.
But if we went back to Tangle Root, we could see 113 again. Okay. So halfway, 152 connects off this and Fernsea.
Yep.
It's a menhir location.
Nice.
So that's probably important. When you go to it, it has the auto lightning bolt action. Draw a blue encounter when you enter this location, but only once per day. For centuries, merchants and feuding families met here to perform trades and settle their differences. And it's not a settlement. It does have awesome art with the menhir in there.
That's cool.
But yeah. And it does go north, but does not go west anymore. Halfway. Okay. So yes, we should have that there, but I think when I moved the whole thing and slid it down and all that stuff before moving over, I goofed it all up.
That's okay.
Okay.
Okay. So you have possibly 2 if you want to go exhausted.
Well, I'm sitting at 2 left, but yeah, I don't think going exhausted is a smart thing. I want to avoid as much as possible. It's been very bad in the past, but you still have...
Yeah, I still have
You're
1.
at 3 energy, so you could spend 1 and still not be exhausted.
But I think I'm going to spend 2 to gain food. Am I in a settlement? Out of a settlement? Yeah.
Yeah, you're out of a settlement.
So I will spend 2. 1, 2.
Oh yeah, I'm
To
sitting at
gain
1
a
you're at
food. I
0.
know I'm going to have to get food for us somehow. So that because either way I'm going to go down to 0 if I don't eat. So I'd rather just 1, 2, 3, 4. Put me almost in.
This way you'll get rid of a terror and recover a health.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to stop there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I just want to recap my items here
Yeah,
for my
yeah.
own memory's sake. So I have a smoke bomb in combat. You can discard this item to escape without triggering the opportunity. I have an adventurer's kit, as do you,
Yep.
to ignore heavy rainfall and unnatural chill events from our random events, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Helmet of a hero in combat or diplomacy. Flip this item to prevent a discard, or flip it on a response or an attack to prevent 1 terror. Shadow Soak Scroll. I confer an energy. Can move my character to any revealed location. I gain 2 terror and I discard it. I have the Battered Shield. If your sequence ends in a practicality key, prevent 1 damage, or double practicality. With a connected key, prevent 1 damage. Menhir Rights, we know all about that, building menhirs. And then during an encounter with the Mind-Numbing Drought, I can, during an encounter, flip this card to lose all of your terror. Then at the end of the encounter, if this card was flipped, discard it and gain 4 terror. So if I can go way crazy if needed in the battle encounter, whatever, and then drop it with this, and then it only goes up 4, which is pretty sick. Then the Hunting Spear weapon. Whenever you lose health due to an enemy attack, gain a red cube to the battle, so it helps speed us up. And if the encounter has the Rush trait, gain 3 red cubes at the start of combat. That's so awesome. It rushed at me, and I just Hunting Spear to the eyeball. So we need to remember that. So that is also on you. So we need to try to remember if we ever see the Rush trait, we need to be on that, because this will make combats easier for us.
Okay, do you want mine?
Yeah, just let us know what you're holding.
So, Ritual Chalk. When activating a menhir, reduce the activation cost by 1 energy and 1 of another response. Then throw a dial. Grail, nothing happens. Skull, discard this item.
Which we got a Grail last time.
Yes,
we
did.
used that one, so we got lucky and we still have it.
Sacred Incense. At the end of the day, discard this item to remove 3 terror from each character in your location. Adventure Kit we already talked about. Stone Shaper's Tool. Is just an item, nothing. There's just some
we just
flavor
have
text.
it. So that will let us, if we ever go back to Kunat, we can build that menhir because that had that requirement of having those tools.
Yeah. Excalibur Scabbard. At the end of the rest, you may gain 1 terror to restore to 1 additional health. Coats of Plates. Prevent 2 attack from enemies. Lose one energy, at the start of each combat. And my Poison Dagger. Flip this card in combat. Place 3 time tokens on the encounter card. During each delayed ability step, remove 1 of these tokens to gain 1 red cube.
Yeah. So over 3 activations, it'll slowly add another red cube to the pile.
Okay, and I'm just looking at that. That doesn't go away or anything. It just will flip back over after.
Yeah, it's like once used per battle, like my weapon.
Because that's new.
Yeah, weapon. Yeah, so we got these weapons now, so hopefully combat's a little easier. But we got to remember, to be very careful when we use things like that because they could lead to the enemy running away or like us losing and having to fight again.
Yeah.
So it adds in another level of complexity, which might make battles harder, not so much easier, but we'll see. But if they can speed us up through some of those earlier spots and we can get to the later spots, we might be able to do final blows quicker and stuff like that.
Hopefully.
So we'll see. All right.
Okay. I think I'm done my day.
Okay. So end of day?
Yep.
All right. So hold on. Before we end the day, I just want to think here.
Mm-hmm. Think away. We need to
talk out loud about gathering food and stuff. So this menu here is going to go away at the start of the next day, which will bring all this fun business up here somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah, they'll all just go north, right? Because actually this stuff will disappear too. So this one has options.
Well, doesn't it go to the next highest connected location, which would have to be, this one?
Yeah, it would only be that, right?
Yeah. Well, they'd both just move up to here.
Yeah. Okay. But then that makes gathering food a lot harder.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm at 0 food.
Mm-hmm.
And
it doesn't look like there's anywhere else to get food.
Yeah, you can pay 1 wealth or food to gain 1 magic here. Yeah. So like, and the loot on the hammer break is 3 food though, but that's going into an encounter which could lead to more health loss. Oh, and this could draw another encounter which we know could be a guardian and throw another guardian on the board and have trouble too. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But to get to here to fight the hammer break, you can't even go down here. You can't go down here. It literally would have to walk all the way around here.
This won't be here. So we won't even be able to get down. Oh, won't those go away because there's no connected?
I don't think so. I think they're still adjacent, so they stay lit. But yeah, we have no way to get to them, so we'd have to go find them in here. But,
yeah, so we can't even.
Yeah, we're just going to have to push forward, I think, but we have no food, so that's rough.
Yeah. Well, I could just do
and I can't remember if exploring any of the locations we've already been at gave us any food for anything. So yeah, we're going to have to just keep pushing forward and like maybe do your generate food for 2 energy. And remember, I can help you trigger that as long as you spend 1 of the food. So we can gain 2 food total, 1 for you, 1 for me, by me spending 2 and you spending 2.
Yeah.
So we'll do the action twice.
Yeah.
As long as you're not in a settlement and we're in the same space.
Okay. Well, let's.
And you can come my way.
Yep. Well, hopefully it's good weather and then I can move for free.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be perfect scenario.
Yeah, otherwise we're about to end the day. I was just talking this out to see if there's, for some reason, we want to burn and go even more exhausted to try to get to some food. But it seems like that food is really unattainable.
Well, unless you want me to move 1 more space to you right now.
It's up to you.
Yeah. I'm going to use that last one to move.
Okay, yeah, there's no instant.
I don't know if, yeah.
Okay.
We'll see if that's smart.
All right, so we're ending the day?
Yes.
All right, rest, consume a food. And I'll go up a health, down a terror. I'm already at 0 terror, interesting.
I'm at 1 terror, full health.
Okay, after resting, do you want to use your gain a terror to go up a health? Probably not, right? Because you're at full health?
Yep.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. So I only go up to 4.
Full, which is 6.
Okay.
And then we are going to advance our characters by spending XP if we want.
I have 7.
Yeah, so you could spend...
I think I'm going to upgrade a card. Or...
Card?
Yeah. What was I going to...
But you've gotten so high, so it's like, if you keep going to 8 on one of these ones where you have 3...
Oh yeah, I could get
join an attribute pair, you can start looking at some of these skill cards, which make combats easier, could make building menhirs easier, that kind of stuff, to make the game a little more in our favor.
Yeah, and I would only need 1 more in that case. So maybe I'll wait. Okay.
Yeah, because you've been waiting and keep saying you're going to save up for something bigger, but if you start spending combat cards or diplomacy cards, you're going to start ticking down.
I know. There have been comments saying that we aren't putting cards in our deck, so I wonder if the people are saying that maybe it's making it harder for us. But adding these cards would probably make it easier.
True. It's a balance, right? It's the balance of the game, and like we have no skills, so like you tell me, is putting 3 combat cards in better than getting a skill?
Yeah.
Maybe.
And you're right. I'm so close.
The other thing is combat cards and diplomacy cards. Like some of them we've seen are just duplicates of what we already have, and yes, it tweaks your deck and makes your deck smoother. But also adding cards to the deck versus taking cards out. Like when do you do that? Do we just keep adding cards, making our deck bigger so we can last longer in combat, or do we start refining our deck? And that's the thing is. I don't know how much those combat cards will help. Like, I kind of looked through mine before, like a couple of weeks ago. I was looking through them to see if there was anything in there that popped out. Like, man, I have to have this card. But the fact the deck is so thick of your advancement options that if you were to spend that 2, you only see 3. You might not even see the ones you want. So you're just given cards. And those cards could become junk to your strategy. They could be cards that just sit to the side in a pool. Like, you may not even use them. You may not even see them in combat. So I am all for getting a skill going.
Yeah.
In my case too, because a skill will be out all the time. And if we pick the right ones, they will affect us more often, I think, than a combat card would.
That is true.
I could be wrong. But that's just how I always look at games. Is like, I want not the less situational, the better. So if it's something that's helping a common occurrence in the game, improve it and tweak it in our favor, we'll get more benefit out of it through the rest of the game versus something that is like super situational, which a lot of these combat cards are, because A, you're drawing them off a random deck. You might not have them at the time.
Yeah.
They might not connect to things you need them to connect to. I know you can improve connections and all that, and that's what I like to work towards. But just getting attributes instead with the experience increases the value of some of those cards that don't normally connect. So I'd rather make the majority of my cards better than just put in one card that I may have drawn out of my deck. Maybe I didn't even see it, to then work with the attributes I have. So like, you're rolling the dice more in that situation. That's the way I'm looking at it. That's the way I'm playing the game. But yes, you guys are making good points. But we'll see. That's what's cool about this game. You guys play through it your way, see how it happens, come back, watch ours, and see how we did it. And if we're both doing things differently, we'll see how much replayability is actually in this game and how well it's designed, that you could go one way or the other. And we'll see if the choices tank us or not. And they are making it hard for us. But this game's supposed to be hard. So are we really doing that poorly? I don't know.
Feel we are. I mean, sometimes it comes down to the wire, it feels, but
yeah, we'll see. We've made mistakes in the rules or had FAQ problems that made things harder for us, but we've also done things where we forgot to lose energy escaping combats and stuff like that, or where we've given each player rewards when it should have been only each party at the end of a chapter. So some things we've done that have made it harder for us, some things we've done that have made it easier for us. I don't know, we'll see. But we're going to keep playing through. And we're glad you guys are here watching us, and thank you for the feedback. We appreciate it. But that is my argument for why we're doing what we're doing.
Yeah, maybe because I'm so close to getting a skill one away. I think I'll wait.
Like, let's get skill cards. So, like,
because it's only 8,
and we've gone through them already. So,
however, I don't think we went through the practicality ones.
Yes, we have not. So we could go through aggression again. Let's quickly to highlight a couple.
There was a few in there that I
because we'll look through it when you actually get to the point. We'll like really nail it down. The fish, right?
Yeah, because I just did the double practicality, so.
Yeah. But, yeah, we've just been throwing a bunch of experience.
Yeah.
So let's see. Practicality. Things can happen like barter. It gives you a 2 energy action. Shuffle one of your items into the encounter. Shuffle one of your items into the deck to draw 1 item, only in settlements. So you can get rid of items you don't like to maybe find some of these better items that are in the deck that we've seen.
Okay.
Or get some items back that you've had discarded in the past. Slick Salesman, 1 energy. Discard 1 item and gain 2 wealth. Okay, so you're turning items. So this card in general, that's both on the same card, so you only can pick one of those. And there always seem to be kind of similar-ish abilities on each side of a single card. And this one is Collector. You may use up to 2 items with the relic keyword at the same time.
Oh, that's not terrible.
Yeah, so but not right now, it doesn't matter. That's very situational. But if we were already sitting on some relics, we'll see what we get more, right? That could be huge. Hunger Resistant. When resting, gain 1 health and lose 1 energy, even if you don't eat. See, this, guys, 1 combat card versus this. Well, I guess that would be 3 combat cards equivalent. Let's say you had to spend 6 or 8. That's 4 combat cards.
Yeah, but I would pay 8 to not have to feed.
So right there, just reading that, like I don't even want to read anymore. That is huge.
Yeah, I would definitely buy that.
What's on the other side? We did that one. Okay, Bounty Hunter. Whenever you win an encounter with the Guardian trait, gain 1 rep and 1 wealth. So it makes the Guardians even better to beat them.
Extra, yeah.
Traveler's Rights. On the other side of that card, whenever you draw a random event, you may pay 1 magic to discard it and draw a new one from the random event deck. Knowing that the last thing with the secret card A, we kept random events will get you to the secret card A, which gave us the something is watching status, which now we've seen eventually led to bad things where we get a Forge Dweller. Discarding cards off the deck and speeding up going through random events, I don't think is a good thing.
No, we have the
But
Adventurer's
it is cool.
Kit.
It is cool if we're in a crazy scenario near the end of a chapter
And you just
And we
need
have a whole
to-
bunch of randoms, and we draw like, oh my god, it's a hunt in the night or night event.
You can't heal or something.
Yeah, and we just like in desperation just need to get rid of that to get a free move or whatever off good weather or beautiful weather or whatever.
Still,
Yes.
this is juicier.
Yeah, but still, these are things that are in here. Okay, Foresight. Whenever you draw a blue encounter, you may draw 2 encounters and choose one. That's pretty huge.
That's good.
Tracker. When you draw a random green encounter, you may draw 2 and choose one. So it's your choice. Do you draw a lot of green or a lot of blue? Pickpocket. For 0 energy, this is an action. Gain 1 wealth. Only in settlements and once per day. So just a free wealth you're gaining. Which, if you have places to go buy items, that seems pretty cool. Gambling. For 1 energy, it's an action. Pay 1 rep and toss a dial. On the Grail, you gain a wealth. On the Skull, you do nothing. Yeah, okay. That's neat, but yeah. Expert Hunter. Whenever you gain food during a green encounter, gain 1 additional food. Pretty big.
That's good.
Cannibalism on the other side. When you win a gray encounter, you may gain 2 food and lose 2 rep. So if you're really looking for food, there's another way you can cannibalize, eat the people that are fighting in the gray deck to survive, getting food, but you're losing rep because people are watching you just gobble down on body parts after you're done. So that's an awesome card, but
So in order to get
yeah.
that one per se, well, we can't switch them around, right? So
Once this is out of this deck, you lose access to the other side, and this does not.
but we can't switch that to you or
Never,
something, right?
no,
'Cause
this is one person.
when resting. So this might actually better for you to get.
Yeah, but I can't get it until I spend 8 to get up for practicality, then 10 more to get that. So 18 experience from now, -4, 14 experience from now.
Yeah. Or even if I had
But
it,
you
then I
can
could
always
trade
give
more
me
food to
Yeah.
you. When resting, gain 1 health. So I would still have to, if I didn't eat, I would still go down to 0 exhaustion. But I'd still go up in the health. And
When resting, gain 1 health and lose 1, even if you don't eat.
yeah. So I feel like I would still, let's say
But the energy would
yeah.
still.
I feel like,
yeah.
yeah. But I would still get to do the other things.
Rest.
Which would
Consume
still
1
be
food
good.
To restore 1 and lose 1. If you don't have enough food, drop your energy to 0. If it was already at 0, lose 1 health instead. Then you restore your energy to full. If you're exhausted, yeah, you'd still be screwed on
Yeah,
that.
which is fine because I'd still have 4 energy.
Yeah, maybe it's not as crazy as we were just thinking. But it's interesting because sometimes you could be without food and you would still,
I'd still get the other
the
bonuses.
health and the
which
terror
is-
would go down. Yeah,
Which is what
could
you
keep you alive still. Because sometimes we are in that situation and we need to heal and we're kind of screwed. So maybe it's not as crazy as I was thinking, but these are the things that are in here. In the combat one, which you could, or the aggression, you can increase your hand limit, which I don't know if it's the greatest. If you aren't using an item with the armor keyword, yes, you have that. Once per encounter, you may remove a time token from a card in the sequence. That's powerful for the ones that get you a card draw or the red cubes right away.
Yep.
When resting, you may consume any amount of additional food to gain the same amount of energy. Whenever you pay the cost to activate a men here, you may pay instead with magic. Oh, energy. You may pay with energy instead of magic.
Yeah, see, that's good for me.
Or when activating a men here, you may pay magic. You may pay with magic instead of energy,
Which is
which I would.
good for you.
Yeah, which I would take in that case. See, I can get aggression stuff going by only spending 6 because I have no empathy. Mm-hmm. So I just need 2 more, and then I can get a skill going, and that's what I'm going to try to do. I think.
Okay.
In combat, whenever you connect double aggression, you gain an additional red cube.
Which is also good. 'Cause
Stuff like that.
okay.
Once per encounter, draw an extra card during your character activation. During an encounter, pay 1 energy to draw a card. That's on the same card though. Once per encounter, when your combat or diplomacy deck is empty, shuffle your discard pile and add the top 5 cards to your deck.
It just makes you last a little longer.
Yeah, last breath. Yes, exactly, and that's awesome. So you can keep your deck nice and small and put the best cards in, and then you're extending the battle. And then during the encounter, play with the top card of your combat or diplomacy deck face up. So I don't know. It's tough to say, but I do like the whole paying, having the elbow grease or hate infusion, where you could have the loose option of doing pay with magic instead of energy. Just having that as like an option sometimes could be,
Yeah.
or pay with energy instead of magic. Like whichever one is the better case. Like I could take this and I could pay with magic instead, but then that might not be the best because it takes 2 to gain magic. But now I'm like overloaded at magic, but I mean, I might spend some of that in combat. So it's tough. Some of this stuff, maybe it's not as good as we're thinking after reading some of them. But I know in the spirituality stuff that I was reading before, for mine, spirituality, I could spend 8. And then whenever you activate them in here, set its dial to 1 more than instructed.
Yeah, see, anything
That is like huge.
Anything that helps us with minions, I think, is good.
Or instead, I could take in Kindler for 2 energy. I can pay 2 magic and add 1 to the dial of an active minion in your location. So it could buy us extra time.
Mm-hmm.
But I probably would do the one that every time we set it up, we just get an extra turn.
Because that'll be... Yeah, anything that's going to help us with minions, I think, is better.
Yeah, which is... Or whenever I rest at a settlement, I auto gain a food.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I probably would just do that because I end at settlements a lot.
Yeah. And it's an easy way for you to get food.
Yeah.
Which seems like, I mean...
Yeah, so they fill in some of our weaknesses, which I like.
Yeah.
Even if we're not in encounters. But.
Yeah. Because I feel like food has been hard for us to come by.
Agreed. Well, we'll see. Maybe we'll reveal something that will help us out. Okay. So we got to find out what's going on in the men here. So let's finish the rest of our day.
Yep. So
that was all about spending experience, which we're not going to do right now.
Sorry.
And then we want to modify our decks if we want. And then if you're in a location with Dreamtown, which we're not.
Okay.
And if we're going insane, nightmare, nope. All right, start of day. So we're going to, I don't know when we move this hunted guy exactly.
At the start of the day.
Yeah, but that is, as we've seen, involves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. So which step is he moving in? Because that might be specific. Because if he moves now, that's different than if he moves after a Menhir goes away. In some situations, right? So anyways, let's just read. Maybe there's something in here. Okay. Oh, there's even a pot. If the 4 dweller's location disappears, places model and time dial. So that would make me think that it happens after.
Yeah. It probably does when they move the guardian step.
Yeah, we can do that. Okay. If the 4 dweller's location disappears, places model and time dial on the side of your play space. Set the time dial to 2. Oh, so he leaves the map. If the 4 dweller's location disappears, place his model and time dial on the side of your play space. Then set this to 2. Once it runs out, place the 4 dweller on the lowest. So we need a time dial. It's not this dial.
Okay.
So once the time dial, set it to 2. So you have 2 more turns. Once it runs out, he comes back on the lowest numbered location.
Okay. Yeah, see, I feel like lowest numbered location should have been somewhere here.
Yeah, there wasn't.
Just wasn't.
Yeah, quest dial is different than time dial.
Yes,
Okay.
because the quest dials won't go away. Like, they won't tick down.
Okay, so we should leave this guy in the deck. So I took this purple one out, but I probably shouldn't do that because of...
We might not have to fight him?
No, because it talks about how if we do hit a purple encounter where we get him, which is not going to happen now because we don't have 4s in our deck.
Yeah.
But I'll just leave it on the bottom there for now. We'll shuffle it up if we have to set up in the future. But I shouldn't keep it out of the deck just in case I forget and leave it on the side. Okay.
Okay, so start a day. Remove the expired Menhirs and discard locations that are out of range. So that one gets discarded.
Okay, this one's gone. And now we're going to remove this, this.
No.
Oops. Sorry. This row.
Yeah. Okay, so
those are all gone.
So set a time dial to 2.
Yeah, so he's going off. And we'll just throw it here for now. You're on the skull side.
Oh, yes.
Time dial is set to 2.
Okay. So you want to roll for this guy?
Well, first, their locations disappeared.
Oh, yeah.
So they do the whole, like...
But didn't you read something about if they're not connected? They have to move up.
Well, those were connected.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Oh, it's the next one, yeah. Okay.
I don't know, but whatever. Okay.
Which one do you want to roll for first?
Let's do the Knight Errant. He's going west, but instead he will move to the, I forget, highest number, or I think it's highest.
Yeah, highest.
Because it moves towards us. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Highest is here, right?
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
Yeah, remember we had the comment in one of the chats about using pawns or something?
Yeah, I know. Moving cards around is annoying.
Yeah.
But
we'd have to put something
Yeah.
with 2 pawns, so we have
Well,
the colors.
Yeah, I would have to maybe from another game use a pawn and the same color cube, and then put like a cube on one thing and then a pawn on another.
Yeah.
We could do that. All right. Kind of like, yeah, they do that with armies in War of the Ring.
Oh yeah.
Put them off to the side and use a thing.
Got to roll for him. Come on, X.
Yes. South, so he will go up to Fedorka or Faldorka. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Reduce all time and min here dials. So this is going to go down to 3. So we'll use a red die.
Wait a second.
What?
Why are we doing it in this order then? What? Why are you making me do it out of order here?
Well, his location went away, so I just...
Then why? Yeah, but we shouldn't move Guardians yet. They should have moved after. So.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. That's my bad.
So yeah. So we moved the location. We set him up. So we can remove his top dial down. We'll do that.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
Then we would reveal the next event card.
Can you pass me a red die? Sorry.
Yeah. Then we would reveal the next event card. Good weather. Travel costs 1 less. Okay. Then we would have moved the Guardians, which we just did.
Yes, sorry.
Then we would pick items and active items and secret cards, but I only have 1 with a weapon, 1 with a shield.
I have 1 relic, 1 armor, 1 weapon.
Okay, so we're good there.
I guess we can put that with that, right?
Sure.
So
I just don't want to forget it actually, so I want to keep it like dead center. So hopefully we look at it often. Am I going to line them up correctly now?
Yeah.
Yep, that's old 135.
Yep.
134 and attaches to 133.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So we have good weather this time.
Yep. Now we can just perform our day.
So are we interested in doing the 2 energy food thing? If we do it together, we're both spending 2 each.
Yeah, we're on the same space. Might as well do it. So we're going to do your character ability once.
Yep.
And you have to at least spend 1 to do it.
Okay, so I'll spend 1.
I'll spend 1.
Okay.
And I'll gain a food
Okay.
with that ability.
And then
Or you'll trade it to me or whatever, and then we'll do it again.
1.
And you'll gain a food.
And I'll gain food. Okay.
Not the most efficient way to gain food. That was pretty expensive, but
we need it.
yeah. And this hammer beak didn't come over to us yet, and I do not want to go all the way over there to deal with him. I'm sure he'll find us, as they always do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go.
Do you want to, any interest in moving up together and doing that blue encounter together? Or no?
We could.
Or do you want to just do it once per
But
day?
you need to go exhausted to do that.
Yeah.
Are you okay with doing that over and over again, becoming exhausted and like only getting 4, like, couple actions per day? Like.
No, I could stop there and you could
But then
go
you have
do
a
it.
risk of this guy coming west. But at least west is only one option. He could go north, east, south, discard it, or not move at all.
Right,
so it's
right,
a
right.
1 in 6 chance.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, well, I'll just go alone, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. I just
Yeah, because then you can look at the men here and see what we need.
yeah, if you can get some energy back, would be great. Like get full energy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go in here and won't reveal anything. Blue encounter first though. Draw me 1 off there.
Oh.
Calm before the storm. Nothing happens. Place this card on the bottom of the blue encounter deck. Sweet deal. But now we know the next one probably won't be that.
That's awesome, but it kind of sucks if you had stuff and you wanted to gain.
Yeah, if I know, it would have been nice. So I'm going to put a time dial to do the once per day.
Okay. Oh, and that was, I could move because it's free. You shouldn't have spent energy, did you?
Yes. I did I? No, I did it just for your food thing. Yeah, so I didn't spend energy.
Okay, you just knew it was
Wow,
good weather.
yeah. So,
Okay,
yeah,
so I might as well just come
along.
up there.
But either way,
Yeah, no,
didn't
it's
happen.
fine.
Yeah,
do
that sucks. But
Do you want to look at the men here for free?
Yeah, let's do it right now.
Can you just tell me what number men here that is?
152, halfway. So let's see this men here business. So to activate a men here, it's 0 energy. Requires all characters. The men here write secret card.
Okay.
And that you don't have the Winds of Weirdness status, which we don't, because we've checked that many times.
No, we don't.
That's
Okay.
that almost every freaking location we explore.
Okay.
So it's probably bad if we ever get it. Pay 3 energy, 3 wealth, and 2 magic per player. That is a pricey one.
Well, my card here, though, that lets me reduce the cost of 1 energy and 1 of another resource.
Okay, and then put a new Menhir model in this location, set its battle 6.
3 wealth.
No, we set it to... Yeah, we set it to 6 for 1 to 2 players, it says.
Okay. 3 wealth, though. That's expensive. I have none.
Yeah, so we need 6 wealth total.
Or 5.
5 magic and 6 energy.
Oh my gosh. I don't know about that
so
one.
that seems like it's basically trying to make us not do it yet, but we have only 3 to 4-ish days to get it done before that goes out. So I'm sitting at 1 wealth. You're at 0 wealth.
Yeah.
We could get wealth from, I think this gray encounters. That's where you got that.
Well,
guy,
this
right?
is 3 wealth, yeah.
You got them from a gray encounter?
Yeah.
I think it's gray encounters that give you items and wealth more often. Oh, and reward of 1 XP for both if we're both fighting it together, which is kind of cool. Okay, but Fernsea, is where we're trying to retrieve the True Grail. So I'm sure we can just go there and explore once and get the Grail, no problem. It won't send us on any kind of side quest or anything.
Well, it says when you enter this location, toss a dial, skull, lose 1 health, Grail, nothing happens.
Yeah.
So it's obviously...
Yeah.
And you're going to dream there if you end there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go check it out, or do you want to check out where we're at?
Yeah, we could explore where we are, because maybe it'll give us stuff to help us with this Menhir.
Yeah.
Because remember, this could be around. Okay. But then also go in there and try to find out what is happening. Yeah, I'm going to go to Fernsea or whatever with 1 energy, because good weather's already my first one's passed.
Okay, so now you're going to toss a dial.
Yep. And losing health's fine if I eat a food anyway.
Skull,
so skull
lose a health, yep.
Okay, that's fine. All right, then I'll spend 1 to explore. So let's explore 153. Oh man, that's lots going on in this stuff. All right. As far as your eyes can see, the ground is covered with waist-high ferns. There are no tracks or roads. Verdant plants grow too quickly, swallowing every inch of open land. There are precious few reasons to wander into Fernsea. Over the years, some enterprising merchants and travelers tried to use it as a shortcut on a long and dangerous trek between Camelot and the Crow's Nest. Most of them learned the hard way how dangerous this land was, with its ravines and deep holes obscured by thick carpet of green leaves. Option 1. Try to cross the Fernsea. Is that a tower in the distance? Go to verse 2. Option 2. Slide down the nearest ravine. Requires at least 1 courage. Then you would go to verse 5. Option 3. Slide down one of the openings in the middle of Fernsea. Requires at least one part of the under fern status.
Oh, that doesn't sound familiar.
Then you would go to verse 23 or 10, your choice.
No, we don't have the under fern, so.
Yeah, so it's getting it here, I'm assuming. Or leave, exploration end. Okay.
You gonna see the tower or slide? Those are the only 2, right, that you could do?
Yeah. I will slide down to the nearest ravine. Requires at least 1 courage. Go to verse 5. You stand at the entrance of a complex of underground corridors. A choking, musty smell indicates the air might not be suitable to breathe. This complex of caves, known as the Underfern, is notoriously dangerous and difficult to navigate. If you don't have a good reason to be here, you should probably leave. If you haven't prepared an air dial yet, place a dial near your character board and set it to 6.
An air dial?
Sure.
Okay.
An air dial. Let's put the air dial, hold on. Set it to 6. Okay, so sure, this will be our air dial. It didn't say use a time token.
Okay.
So that will only go down when the book probably tells me to put it down. Okay, so air dial at 6. It represents your limited supply of air. If you already have an air dial, reset it to 6. Leave the caves is one option. Exploration ends. Go into a wet tunnel. go to verse 15, or crawl downwards through a pit, go to verse 1. I'll crawl downwards, go to verse 1. Reduce the air dial by 1. So it goes to 5.
That's cool.
If it reaches 0, each party member gains 1 terror and loses 1 energy. Then go to verse 16. If the air dial is not at 0, read on. You are in a cramped space with roots hanging from the ceiling. You see a narrow opening there, but you cannot reach it. I can go up a slight slope towards a wet corridor, which would take me to verse 15. Or choose the tight passage full of dead insects. Go to verse 9. I'll do the dead insects. Go into verse 9. Reduce the air dial by 1.
Oh, hopefully you can get there in time.
We'll see. But remember where I'm going and what's happening, because we may need to try this again, going different ways.
So you went, sorry.
Well, we'll just, don't worry. Yeah, just, so I went downwards through a pit, and then I'm choosing dead insects. Okay. Now, which was verse 9. All right. Each party, if it reaches 0, each party member gains a terror, loses energy. No. Then go to verse 16. Oh, I assume if it reaches 0.
Yeah.
But it's weird. It's like period, then go to verse 16. Period. If the air dial is not on 0, read on. Okay, I'll read on. A carpet of beetle carapaces crunches beneath your feet. So I could do option 1, which is the wet corridor again. It's really trying to get me to go to verse 15. Head toward a cramped space with roots hanging from the walls and ceiling, which would go back to verse 1. Or choose an upward slope where a cold draft comes, which would go to verse 18. Or approach strange noises you hear in one of the downward tunnels. Go to verse 12. I will approach the strange noises. So 12. Reduce the air dial by 1. Okay. Down to 3. If the air dial is non-zero, read on. A strange humanoid being with 2 tails protruding from its puffy pants turns towards you. A mask obscures its face. Riddles? It says hopefully. Delve. What the heck? So it's got this like Riddler encounter thing on the side here. So I'm going to see my options here. Delve into the corridor full of dried bugs. Go to verse 9. Go toward the sound of wind. Go to verse 20. Approach the man. Decrease the air dial by 1 only if it shows 2 or more. And resolve a special Riddler blue encounter on the side of this page. After the encounter, make another choice.
You are at 3, if that matters.
And he would reward 1 wealth, 1 experience, or failure I gain 2 terror. Boo. So I could play his game, it says.
But are you going to run out of energy? Air?
Yeah, that's the thing. But beating him, it just says I would get the 1 wealth, 1 experience.
And then you make another choice?
And then I make another choice, which doesn't really seem to push me on through the story. So I think I'm going to pass on this guy. So I can go to verse 9 or 20. Delve into the corridor full of dried bugs, which goes to verse 9, which I just came from. Or go toward the sound of wind. Verse 20, sound of wind, I guess.
Sound of wind.
Oh man, this thing goes on for pages and pages. 20.
Okay.
Oh, if you don't have part 1 of the Underfirst status, go to the Book of Secrets passage number 1, 7, 3. 173.
Okay.
Book of Secrets 173. Between the rocks, you find a backpack of another adventurer. Inside, there's a makeshift map of the corridors under Fernsea. It is incomplete, but indicates you must drop through another hole to reach the deepest caverns. At the bottom of the pack, you also find some useful items. Each party member gains 1 experience. Gain 2 random non-companion companion items as part 1 of the Underfern status. Exploration ends.
Okay.
So hold on, let me gain 2 random non-companion items first before you take me somewhere else. Let's see here. So I keep drawing until I find 2 They're both non-companion, both armor.
Whoa.
Interesting. So I can take both and then choose just to wear one at a time.
Or you passed me one.
Well, you have an armor, but let's see what they do.
Oh, you're right.
Ornamental armor. When the opponent attacks, actually, it's just the symbol of response or attack. Prevent 1 damage. It can't be reduced to 0. So I can prevent a damage that I take, but not if they're just hitting me for 1. Only when it's more than 1.
Okay.
When starting diplomacy, raise your affinity by 1. So it's interesting. It works. Raise your affinity. So like the track goes up 1, like your affinity track.
That's what I would assume.
Wow, that's kind of cool. Improvised armor, which is a craftable item. It just same thing, except for the second part. So I can prevent 1, and it can't be reduced to 0. So it's only when you take more than 1 damage, I can subtract 1 from that. Kind of like embers in Dark Souls. Basically, that's what those things are. Except for instead of 3 or more, it's just more than 1. So obviously, I'm going to wear the ornamental armor, which can help us in diplomacy, big time. So yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I kept all my...
And I'm just going to throw this one face down because I can only have one at a time.
Yeah.
But that's an item that can be thrown away if something bad's happening, or sold if there's a way to sell, which we saw off of those skills.
Yeah.
But
there was other things in
I'm not sure. Yeah,
back
maybe.
of encounters that were like sell back.
Yeah, that's true. I really wish in real life we could just literally play this game for like 12 hours a day for like a week straight and explore it all back to back. Because my memory after playing only once a week right now and playing other games during the week, and obviously going to work and like having a life and family and doing stuff, it's like you come back to it and it's like, did we experience that in this game? Or was it another game? Like, anyways.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I get it.
It's story games are hard when you, like Gloomhaven was like that.
Yeah.
Where we take so many breaks and we're like, wait, which quest are we in? What side story are we on? Did we complete that? Did we do that?
Yeah.
So it's hard with these story games. It feels like you only should be playing those games and they should be the only thing on your table and play them as often as you can until you're done, then go on to other games.
We also have a plan with what we're going to do with experience and this and that, and then we forget.
Yeah, that's the other thing why they say take good notes.
Yeah.
So that's what's hurting us also. So our bad memories should be use the notes to help us out.
Yeah.
Or rewatch our own videos, I guess, before we play.
Yeah.
That should probably be a good thing to do. Okay.
Okay, so you could go back now that you have that status and see.
Well, I'm out of energy, so I'm good for the day, and I have a food, so.
Okay, so I'll stop.
Are we good just to end the day?
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to eat a food.
Yeah, me too.
Go up, down I want to help, down a tear. Energy goes all the way up.
Yep, me as well to 6.
We can spend experience if we want, but I'm seeing out that 1 away for me to do anything with aggression. But I'm trying to get to 8 for the spirituality skill card, I think. I want to make menhirs, or I want to get the whenever I rest in a settlement, gain a food. I guess when I'm working towards that skill. Okay. And then dream time, just for me.
Yep.
I'm going to flip. So I get the dream. Nice. Not the nightmare. At 153 Ferncy. Hopefully it gives us a tip for there about finding our way to this grail. Okay. Dream and a nightmare.
Oh, no, of course.
You're under the canopy of fern leaves. They must be huge. Then you realize they only appear so large because you're beneath them, far below the ground. You ignore the cold coming from one side and the stench coming from another and go into the dark. You escape from the choking cloud of dust by sliding down the strange tongue. There's a battle around you, ancient heroes fighting four dwellers, pushing them back into the ocean. One of the beasts holds a shiny vessel. You follow them toward the vast, rumbling waters. The highest prize waits at the end. Hint, the Ferncy underground hides many secrets. Maybe this dream can lead you the right way. So I'm going to read it just a little more carefully. So you're under the canopy of fern leaves. It must be huge. You realize they only appear large because you're beneath them, far below the ground. You ignore the cold coming from one side and the stench coming from another. So ignore cold, ignore smells, go into the dark. You escape the choking cloud of dust by sliding down the strange tongue. So I think I picked the right thing by sliding down the thing. Okay. And then there's a battle around you. Ancient heroes fighting four dwellers, pushing them back in the ocean. One of the beasts holds a shiny vessel. You follow them toward the vast, rumbling waters. So maybe the way it kept saying, go where it's wet, go where it's wet, go where it's wet. It kept saying that as an option, verse 15 or whatever it was. I kept ignoring. That's probably where I should have went. You follow them toward the vast unknown waters. The highest prize awaits you at the end, which I'm assuming would be the Grail. All right, so that's
Okay.
good. That was helpful, and it's cool that they forced you to get it on a dream or a nightmare. So it obviously is very, very important that they wanted to tell you that.
Mm-hmm. It didn't hurt you, so that's good.
Yes, that is true. All right, so that's that. Start a day. We're removing a Spider-Man. Here's Arnon, and time dials go down. So this time dial. Oh, we gotta read the hunted stuff again.
Okay, this is going to 2 while you're doing that.
$4 disappears.
That goes away.
Once the time dial runs out, so it would go down right now.
Yep, so it goes to 1, right?
Well, it is on 1. Because remember, like, that's the problem. The location disappeared. We set them to the side. And then we dropped time dials down. So it automatically on the same day went down 1 on us.
Oh, but I feel like that was wrong.
But why? We're following the steps exactly.
Yeah.
We would have removed it. His location would have disappeared. Then we follow this. Then we move time dials down, which would
Okay.
have happened.
Okay.
Then this moves down again to 0. So it goes away, right?
Yep. So he goes to the lowest.
Then he goes to the lowest, which I'm assuming is 114.
Oh, yeah, 114 is lower than 115.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
And that's that. So when he moves at the start of each day, move the 4-dweller model to one connected location in the direction of the closest character. So none of them are connected. That's the problem. So this is like, I don't know if we broke it again, but there is no, like, these don't connect. And this says move it to a connected. But this model represents a guardian card, right? It's a guardian. Let me just double check. No, it's not a guardian.
It's
So
like
the
its own
guardian
thing.
rules do not apply to him.
We'll just move it up.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, okay. We'll rule it in the more negative way to us that he just
Yeah.
moves like a guardian. We assume we're moving guardians, right, too? There's every video it seems like there's always something that comes up. If you guys know the answer, drop it in the comments below. Help us learn for the future playthroughs, help other people learn from our mistakes. But hopefully this doesn't change things too much. But yes. Okay.
Well, worst case, it make it harder for us.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that could be game ending. That could be campaign done, video series over, just because we've ruled something wrong. So, yeah. Okay.
Okay,
And
so
now we move guardians.
yes.
Okay.
Reveal the event card first.
I'll reveal the next one, yes. Beautiful weather.
Nice.
Your first travel day costs 1 less, and when drawing a random green encounter, draw 2, pick one with the smallest value.
Beautiful.
But I don't see that happening anytime soon, but we'll see. Okay. And then...
Now move the guardians.
Move guardians.
All right, come on, big X. Nothing? That was this
Nothing,
one.
yep.
Then this one.
South.
So it comes down.
It's
Or
not
it can't, right?
It can't. So now it just moves to the highest number one it can move to. Actually, 154 would be higher. Yep.
But then it, okay. Yeah, because then it can't go this way. so-
That's what's
Okay.
gonna happen. Yeah, it's annoying, but
Okay. Then this
Yeah,
guy
it's a
is
mess.
just going to move up.
I don't know if he should move.
Or
now.
does he move?
I feel like,
Because he follows the path.
man, there is nothing in here about it if it's not connected. I say it's stuck there. I don't know. I want to rule it stuck there, and if that burns out, he disappears, he'll come back and chase us some more. But I feel there's no path right now that connects him to us. He is stuck. But the problem is we move the Guardians. But the Guardians have rules if they're not connected where you override it. This does not have that. Yep. I'm not going to add text to make rules up. I'm going to
Okay.
follow it specifically as stated. FAQ doesn't have anything about 4-dwellers. Obviously, we would try to look up the 4-dweller stuff before. Can't find it. He's staying there.
He's stuck.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's stuck. He can move connected this way, but there's no path. So eventually this will go away. So I think we got lucky in what has happened. Yeah, because if we moved to Tangle Route, it would still reveal this, but that wouldn't be connected. It's kind of weird how this whole thing is not connected. Like, do we do this correctly? I think we did, right? We didn't move the map and weird.
No, because there was other Minhirs
Yeah,
that
it
lit
went this
up
way.
other
It
things.
went this way,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it's gone now.
Yeah.
And I think because we have the Menhir here, and it could be moved to here, which we moved it away.
Yeah, which would light up all this stuff.
Yeah, which I think in our situation, we moved it, so it made it dark. He can't travel in there. He's now out in the light. He's traveling out of the weirdness, trying to find us.
Okay.
And if he can't make it there, we can't make it down to him. He can't make it to us. Guardians can still come that way, I guess, because they have rules that say they move if they're not connected. But
Okay.
this guy's not a guardian. It's not on his card. He's not a guardian. He does different movement.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. So
That was moving the Guardians.
yeah, there's no path. He's not going to move. I'm leaving him there. And then
Pick your active items. I'm good with mine. I only have one of
yep,
each.
we're good. I already have my armor set up. I'm okay. All right. So how do we want to proceed?
Well, it's up to you if you want to explore that location again now that we have some hints of following the wet.
True. We could do it together, where you can move one for free to come over, and then we both spend one to explore.
Oh, so that if there's benefit, we both get it?
Yeah, or if choices happen, and if we need like so much empathy or caution or spirituality or something, we can
Okay.
use the highest number between us.
Okay, so I'll move in here with beautiful weather. So I've used mine.
So toss a dial
Yep.
on a skull, you lose a health. It is a grail, you're good.
Nothing happens. Perfect. So you want to spend an energy together to move? So we both spend it?
To explore, yes.
Or explore?
So based on the information we know, at 153,
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we can try to cross the Fernsa, which is first 2. Slide down in the nearest ravine. Costs at least one caution. Go to verse 5. Slide down one of the openings in the middle of the Fernsea. Requires at least one part of the Underfern status.
Which we now have.
Okay, so do we want to choose verse 23 or verse 10 if we choose that one? I want to try that one now that we have that status.
Yeah.
So sliding down one of the openings in the middle of the Fernsea.
Yeah.
Verse 23 or verse 10, what do you want? I'll let you pick.
10?
All right, we're going to verse 10. I would have picked 23 because it's deeper into the chapter. But if you haven't prepared an air dial yet, place the dial near your character board and set it to 6. It's at 3. Didn't tell me to discard it, right?
No.
Right.
No, it just said it
Okay.
was done. Yeah.
Okay. But, okay. It represents your limited supply of air. Okay. You can see a dim light high above through a hole in the ceiling. You feel a faint breeze. So we can climb up, pay 1 energy per party member, exploration ends. Oh, that gets us out. Or head toward the chilly corridor, go to verse 18. Choose the rugged tunnel, go to verse 6. Or wedge into the reeking fissure and see where you emerge. So reeking fissure.
Yeah, it says ignore the
Yeah, I don't want to ignore this. I want to ignore the smell. Chilly corridor or rugged tunnel. 18 or 6. I'm going to say chilly corridor.
Yeah, we don't want to climb up. We want to go down.
Well, neither of those are
sorry.
up or down.
Okay.
Toward or choose the rugged tunnel. Toward the chilly corridor or rugged tunnel.
Chilly.
Sure, chilly. 18.
So are we going to have enough air for this? Probably
I don't
not.
know. We'll find out. Reduce the air dial by 1. Going down to 2. Remember, when we hit 0, we go to verse 16, which will probably kick us all the way out, lose the air dial, all that stuff, and punish us somehow. If it reaches 0, we're going to lose energy and gain 2 terror. But anyways, reduce it by 1, it's down to 2. Resolve a random purple encounter. If you lose or escape, each party member gains 2 terror and loses an energy. Go to verse 16 anyway. So it kills us just like running out of air. If you win, read on. Okay.
All right, so purple encounter.
Purple encounter. You can do it over here. So we got the
Ward child.
weird child. Okay. 10 only. It's a level 2, which is good. It's a guardian though, so if we fail, it'll stick around. Horrible things happen when the weirdness claims an expectant mother. It's a guardian and an opportunist, which I think is the one where you have to play 2 cards, or else you get hit by
yes.
or you get hit by the opportunity attack, which is 1 unavoidable damage. 0 to 3. You take a damage, gain a terror. 4 to 5, you lose 2 red cubes. 6, 3 damage, gain 2 terror. 7, lose 4 red cubes. 8 to 9, 1 damage, gain 3. It never runs away, but it seems like there's that sweet spot. We want to get to 4 or 5, then we want to get to 7, and then we want to kill it at 10. So like you don't want to be sitting where you're gaining damage, at least not 6. 6 is the worst thing ever. We do not want to go there.
Yeah.
But also we don't want to gain 3 terror, or 2 terror is like very bad. So reward, you lose a terror though. So on the way up, if we do get hit by some terror, we're going to lose 1, at least both of us will. And then loot is 2 magic, which is interesting.
Okay, so we could technically take 1 terror because we would lose it.
Yeah. We're both sitting at 0. Also, I can prevent 1 automatically by flipping my helmet.
Okay,
Gotta remember
so lose 1 at the start of each combat encounter. So lose 1 energy.
And then we're going to put a red cube on there. And I have, when starting a diplomacy. Oh, it's not diplomacy. Never mind.
Okay, but I have flip this card in combat, place 3 time tokens on the encounter card. 1, 2, 3, and I'll keep reading.
You might have to do that on your turn, though.
Okay, sure.
I would think, right?
Sure. Okay. I'll do that so I remember. And then during each delayed ability step, remove 1 of these tokens to gain 1
So
red
it'll go
cube.
to me,
Okay.
and then whoever's next and next.
Okay. And then you have something whenever you lose health during...
Yeah,
okay,
if the health is more than... And then also red cubes happen during combat. Okay.
Okay.
So on the one where it's hitting for 3, I could automatically prevent 1 of that and only take 2.
Okay.
But I don't want to get hit at all, but... Oh, but then I block it if I have a practicality, right? Do I have that one? Oh, that's a shield, I see. Okay.
Are we good?
Yeah, I guess so. Let me shuffle up.
I got final blow.
Yeah, but he's only a 10, so you won't have to hold that for too long, hopefully. Remember, we need to blast up, but... Okay. 1, 2, 3. I have attack, risky attack, and distraction. So attack and risky attack are both, if you want to mulligan too, you can, but they're both starter cards. And distraction is a beautiful connector key because it's on the free, and then it stops the enemy from dealing damage. We lose red cubes instead. What's he have to connect off of? Card draw, nothing else. Or attack, I could deal some red cubes. Let's see. Yeah, getting no cubes on him might have to happen. Can you get up to 4 cubes on him right off the bat?
If I played final blow.
But then what happens when it's sitting out? On his turn, you'll lose 2 of those red cubes and you'll take a damage, but you prevent 2, so you don't care. And then that just makes my first thing I drop down do nothing. I could start off with a risky attack where it could put up to 4 on him if on a flip of a grail. I get a card draw off dropping it down. Oh no, it doesn't put the 2 because I don't have the connection on it. Yeah, and if we don't play 2 cards, we're getting hit. But anytime I lose a health, I give him a red cube. Interesting.
Actually, that would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could do 5 if I played all my cards, but then the problem is
Final blow is dropped.
final blow is dropped, and this times 3 is covered up by a free key. I don't have great cards starting here. But yeah, then the problem of only drawing 1 card, it's going to be hard to play 2 cards if I only draw 1 card.
Yeah.
So you can't put any red cubes to start?
Not really, because he's like blocking me. I could put 1 if I did attack, and then I would play Distraction, which just connects there to then he wouldn't deal me any damage, but will lose that 1 cube that I dropped. And then I just gain a terror.
And then what are you starting with here? Or what would you be ending, sorry? So then
with Distraction. So 1 times with a Courage and an Aggression. And then you could drop 2 cubes and 1, that's 3. Oh, that's Final Blow. And then you're stuck.
No, but I could do those 2. But that doesn't connect that one. Or I could do that and it would let me draw a card.
But can you for sure play another one?
Yeah.
Final Blow, worst case, right?
No, I could play that worst case.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, yeah, worst case I could play that.
All right.
I mean, we could try and see.
Or I can start with Risky Attack, where I could put maybe 2 on him, draw a card, and then cover it worst case.
That's not bad, because then you're covering it.
All right, I'll go first.
Okay.
The only problem is me going first, you don't get to do your time dial thing, these things.
Mm-hmm.
Where if you went first, we'd at least get a red cube going right off the bat when it was my turn. But we'll just do it this way, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay. So first is Risky Attack. I will draw a card first.
Okay.
Which is Careful Attack, which can't connect on that. And of course can't connect off what I want to play next. That sucks. Okay, toss
the
a
dial.
Yep.
Good luck.
We're looking for a Grail. Got it. 2 red cubes. Boom.
Okay.
Now I'm going to cover it up with Distraction because I want to play 2 cards so I don't take 1 unavoidable damage.
So 1 more red cube?
Nope, I don't have double practicality.
Oh.
And that's that.
Okay.
So now the enemy goes. He's going to want it. He looks here, 2 cubes. From 0 to 3, he wants to do a damage. But if the enemy deals any damage, I'll lose red cubes instead. So he takes away a red cube. Then I gain a terror. So I go up to 1.
Okay.
Now it is your turn. Oh, I should put a time token on my board to show that I went.
All right. I'm going to do... Oh, so now on my turn, we'll do this. So place 3 encounter cards there. Flip this card. I'm just going to do this so that I can still read it right now. During each delayed ability step, remove one of these.
No, you're always supposed to be removing time tokens at the start of every activation, so we should just remember to always remove time tokens at the point.
Okay. Okay. So now I will do this. I will draw 1 card.
Okay. And then you put a time token on the
Put
card.
a time token.
Yep. I mean, you don't have to worry about it. Oh, it's unavoidable. I see. Never mind.
Actually, let me do this. This will let you do 2.
Yeah, and I do have 2 red cube cards. And the freaky just waiting. An attack and a careful attack.
Yeah, and this will let you draw a card. Okay, so then I will play defend, connecting with my double practicality.
Okay.
Placing that there. I will also prevent 2 damage.
Perfect.
So he'll go. He has 1, so he'll do 1 damage, which I prevent, and then I will gain a terror.
All right.
Okay, and then at...
So now we clear away tokens.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
We discard down to 3.
Yep.
And then we draw 1. I got Ingenious Trap, which is a card I've added to my combat deck.
Oh, I got throw now. That's good. Flip over weapon.
So right off what you did on the 2 cards I could play.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 red cubes.
Yeah.
Then drop this down. 4, 5.
He'd be at 6.
And then any practicality that's connected, I'd gain an additional, which...
1, 2.
No, that's not connected. Because this is double. I never connected that. And that's double.
Oh,
that never
can you
connected.
connect this one? Oh, 1.
Did you connect that practicality?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, which you have double. So that 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6. So he'd be at 7, which is perfect.
Which is, but then you lose 4. If I can get,
and then you'd end on double aggression, double practicality.
But I also could...
Which I could then play those 2. Or
I mean, that's just my 2. If
Okay.
I went first. But I mean, if
And
you,
whoever goes first will draw a card. Oh, and he'll have 1 more.
Not yet, but when we decide who's going first, then we'll remove that at the start.
No, I know, but we just have to take that in account. So he'd have actually 8.
Yeah. Which would be interesting, because then you would take 1 damage, which I could block. You could block.
Yep.
But the 3 terror, I can prevent 1 terror I take.
So you'd take 2, or I would take 3.
But I mean, one of us should only take that, then the other person should be able to kill him after that by getting just 2 red cubes out.
Well, 100% I'd be able to do that. But let's see, if I went first,
yeah,
I could do...
you can take him out right now, it would be awesome. But.
If I went first, I could do... This would do 3.
And you'd also draw a card. And,
and
then you flip, which does...
My weapon is already flipped.
Oh.
Because it was the one that
shield.
does... No. Okay, so that would do... Sorry, what did I say? 3. Okay. 3, 4, 5. So you'd be at 5.
And you'd also draw a card.
5.
Right at the start of your turn, so you may get something else.
Then I could do... No. Then I could do... Oh,
nope.
I can't do that.
Yeah, you can't start with throw.
Okay, hold on. I have to start with this one. Which is swift reposition. Okay, so that would be 1.
Yeah.
Then I could do this.
2, 3, 4. And then you do the
5,
flip, but you can't.
6. Or I could do this.
Final blow. But does that really do the final blow?
I don't know.
So 1 will happen from this.
Yep. 2.
You'll also draw a card at the start of your turn.
Yeah.
Then you're starting with this, which connects
3,
1.
4, 5, 6, 7. No, he loses 4 again. But I draw a card, so who knows?
I don't know. So
You can get him to 8, and then
but I can also draw cards and things might change too.
Yeah,
so.
and then I could also kill him if you can't.
All right, I'll go first because I also can prevent at least one of those terror I take.
Okay, so we'll move this. You'll take...
I'll draw a card.
Draw a card, and one of these will come off, giving him a red cube.
Yeah, see, delayed abilities happens first. Every character activation.
Okay.
I got Find Weakness.
Did it change anything?
Yeah, I could start off by drawing 2 cards.
And then you can still connect everything you wanted to?
Probably not. Nope, none of them connect off magic bonus. So let's not do that.
Just do what you originally intended?
Yeah, maybe. Because it may change if I can connect that after. Nope, that kills the connection. So I could attack or careful attack, and I think I have to do it the other way. Nope, I can't. This is a starter card. There was a way to do it, I thought. Wait, what do you have there? You had
aggression and practicality, and a ×2 on the bottom.
So if I did attack, followed by, I can't connect.
You can't connect that one.
This way, it's the way it was, I think. Yeah,
Yep.
I mixed all my cards around, so it's like, yeah, that has to, it's just these 2 cards, I think, was what I was planning.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's drop careful attack, which would do 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
And that puts us at 5.
Yeah. But you have to play 1 more card or else you're going to take a damage.
Still full. And then I could drop this one. The only problem is I don't want to get to the point where we're losing 4. I want to make sure it works. So I connect that one, drop 2 more down.
You'd be at 7.
7. And then
2, 3,
each
4,
practicality
5, 6,
key
7.
that's connected is this one.
Mm-hmm.
And you did 1, so that's actually 2 more, right? Because I didn't even think I was going to connect it off of this one also.
Well, and this one. No, you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it would be 2 more. So you'd be at 9.
Okay. And then at the start of your turn, it'll win. So I'll just...
Do that?
I think, because I can't...
Oh, is it only for each single practicality, though?
Yeah.
Not doubles? Like, because there's only 1 head there? Does it matter?
Yeah, but for sure I've done this and this, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you just did 2 right now, yeah. Okay. Yeah, if it counted the doubles, then we would win right now.
I don't know. Okay, we'll just say it doesn't. Okay, then when he goes...
8, 9.
So at 9, he will make me take a damage.
But you did a practicality?
But I did a practicality, so I prevent off of...
Your shield?
Shield, yes.
Okay.
If your sequence ends with a connected practicality or double practicality key, prevent 1 damage.
Okay.
And then I'll gain 3 terror, but I will flip my helmet of a hero to only take 2 and go up to 3. And that ends my turn, which then goes to you, and at the start of yours, this will be removed.
But isn't it only if you... during each delayed ability step. Oh, okay. It doesn't even matter that you didn't have a delayed token, like a time token. Okay.
This is a time token.
I know.
So at the
Okay.
start, look, delayed abilities, remove one time token from each card. Resolve abilities triggered by time token
Yeah,
removal.
yeah. In my head, though, when I got this card, I assumed I had to have a time token there for it to do that.
It works with the
Okay.
time tokens it put
But
on
yeah.
the board.
Okay, so then he's at 10 now.
So, you would
So I don't even need to go.
Yeah. Well, you would go, and then at the end, we'd check once you're done, if victory check,
Okay.
and then enemy attack and all that stuff. So, all right.
Awesome.
It's gone. So, reward, we each lose a terror.
Perfect.
So I'm down to 2, which is nice.
0.
Then the loot is 2 magic, which you can just have because I'm sitting here at 8.
1, 2. Thanks. Okay.
Our magic for the men here is covered. It's the wealth we have a problem with.
Yeah. Okay.
Which we
that's
could get
fine.
3 wealth from this guardian, which I think is why it put it on the board for us. Guardians, man.
Okay, that's for you.
Thank you.
That's mine. I'll shuffle in a sec. So this goes on the bottom, and then we were in the middle of the book, so I think we get to continue with, because we won.
Yes. Okay. All right. Which one were we on? That's a good question.
We went verse 10 originally. I don't think I wrote the second
Verse 10 on the page.
one. And then we went.
Chilly Corridor, verse 18. Yeah, resolve rain and purple encounter. If we lose, blah, blah, blah. If we win, the air is frigid. Now we have some options again.
Okay.
Go down to the corridor filled with dried beetles, which will go to verse 9.
Which is where you went.
Ignore your nose and head toward the source of incredible stench. No, we don't want to do that. Choose the tunnel overgrown with moss and fungi. Go to verse 23. Or you are sure you feel fresh air from one of the passages. Go to verse 10.
We just did 10. So we don't want to go to 10 and we don't want
Well,
to go
10
to 9.
would take us back to go through the tunnel. A rugged tunnel.
Okay. But we could just go.
Down the corridor filled with dried beetles, which was the bugs, which
Yeah.
takes us back to verse 19.
Well, we
Which
didn't.
then we could do the wet option, the wet
Yeah.
tunnel. I say
Okay.
we do that.
Okay, so we're going back to
So
9.
dried beetles going to verse 9.
Okay.
Unless I was wrong about that. 9. Yes, and then we'll go through the wet corridor.
Which is verse.
Oh, first reduce our dial down to 1.
Yeah, we're not going to make it.
Then go to verse 15.
Okay.
Reduce it by 1. It reaches 0.
Yeah.
Each party member gains a terror, which is not bad. That's less than it was on the other ones. Go to verse 16. If it wasn't at 0, read on. 16. You slowly suffocate. Your head and chest swell. You panic and run blindly, unsure of your direction. In the end, you crawl out of the complex and collapse between lush green ferns. Happy to be alive, taking in great lungfuls of fresh air. Exploration ends. So just throw that out of the way. Okay, so now if we go back, we would get a 6 dial again and be able to do a little more. But I do like the wet corridor stuff, which was at the beginning. So I want to explore again. Do you want to join or not?
Sure. Because this time I think we can make it, and then hopefully we'll get something good.
So you spend 1. We'll
Yeah.
explore again. We'll slide down. Do we go to verse 10 or 23?
Well, if we do 10, we could do 10, 18, 9 again.
Or 23, which we haven't chose before.
Oh, what's 23 option? Sorry, slide down.
Slide down. You can pick 23 or 10.
Oh, okay, let's do 23. We
Okay,
never
let's
went
try
that far.
23.
Sure, so this time we're doing 23.
I say we try something different. All right. You force your way through the grasslands of moss. If you haven't prepared an air dial, do it and set it to 6. Which we have here. Okay, it's on 6.
Okay.
Air represents your limited supply of air. You feel an unpleasant chill from one of the corridors you decide to investigate. That would take you to 18, which we went to and then came back. Choose the first of the corridors overgrown with moss, which would take us to verse 11, or choose the second of the corridors overgrown with moss, go to verse 8. So verse 11 or 8 is what I would want to choose. Overgrown with moss, or the second one overgrown with moss.
You can choose this one.
I'll say, I feel like we've already been to 8, but I can't remember.
I don't have it written down, no.
Okay, I'll go to 8.
Okay.
Reduce it by 1, the air dial, down to 5. If it reaches 0, blah, blah, blah. If it's not on 0, yellowish, stinking moss covers almost every surface. Gather healing herbs among the moss. Requires Ailey. Pay 3 energy. Nope. Gain the Wayfarer Leaves item, which we can't do. If the item is not available, gain 1 food. Okay, so we can't do that one because we don't have Ailey.
Okay.
Go downward into the damp corridor, verse 15, or delve deeper into the moss-covered tunnel, go to verse 23.
Well, damp takes us to the water, no?
Yeah, let's go to 15.
Okay. Oh, 15 was where we ended the last one. So
Yeah, which is good. So we've got here the bunch of air. So because of that, we're going to roll a die and add our courage. So roll a die.
One. Add
So
our courage.
add our courage.
Mine's 1.
Mine's our caution. Sorry, caution.
Caution. 1.
So 1 is what we're adding. Okay, so it's 2.
Oh, God.
If the result's lower than 5, you slip on the wet stones and hit a rock with your head. Each party member loses 1 health. We suck. You stand on an underground crossroads. Water trickles down the walls. So our options now, go toward the fresh air. You are sure this is exit. You would go to verse 5. Or choose a corridor paved with dead insects. Go to verse 9. Squeeze through a pitch black crevice full of roots hanging from the ceiling. Go to verse 1. Or go upwards to the space overgrown with moss. Go to verse 8.
Okay, well, 9 we already did.
I'm feeling like go to the fresh air. Do we have 5 ever in there?
No.
Okay.
Okay, let's
You're
go
sure
with
this is the exit? But the fresh air might just take us to the top, reset our dial, and tell us to start over, I
5.
feel.
I know, it's so dumb.
Let's try 5.
Okay.
Or we do the whole moss thing, which could be towards water, right? Moss,
Yeah.
things growing need water.
Yeah. You want to change it? Go
Where
to-
then we would choose just the
go to
other moss
8.
option. Yeah, let's try it.
Yeah, let's go to 8.
Okay, go to verse 8.
Yep.
So we're heading toward... No, but it's upwards. I don't want to go up. I'm going to go towards fresh air, verse 5.
So
Probably
5.
wrong too, but... You stand at the entrance of a complex underground corridors, choking... Oh, I have read this before. Okay. What was I just at? 15?
We were just at 15, yes.
But you said we've never done verse 5, and I have read that before. That is verse 5 I've done. I think verse 5? Yeah, it's where I slid down to the very first time I came here. I'm not doing that.
Oh, down in the pit? Okay, because sorry.
Unless we want one of the other options again.
Because the first one we did, and you named them out for me, and then
Yeah.
now you're doing them by
Okay.
verses, so it's harder
So yeah,
to keep
sorry.
track.
I'm going to go to 8,
Okay.
towards overgrown moss,
Okay.
like you said. Then we reduced the air dial by 1. Okay.
Okay.
Then there was the options. We don't have Ailey. Then we can go downward into a deep, damp corridor, verse 15, which I just came from, or delve deeper into a moss-covered tunnel. I like the deeper.
Yeah, and this is the
23.
one where we roll, right? Did we just roll?
23.
23 took us back to the beginning of this one. 23 is where we started.
But if I go to verse 15, then that's where,
We just were.
yeah, and it hurts us again. So like, why
Well,
am I?
unless we roll a better die, right? If
No, the die only just is you hurt, you slip or you don't
okay.
slip.
Okay, so that doesn't even matter. Okay, well, 23 takes us back, so maybe we took the wrong option. Maybe we have to take the other moss.
23. Yeah, which is at 23. So we're back to 23,
Okay, so we're going back to 23.
which says if you haven't prepared an air dial, put it to 6. We don't lose any.
Okay.
So let's do the first of the corridors, verse
Sure.
11.
Verse 11. Okay. We've almost
Trying to
done
remember
of
all the numbers and where you've been and where you
them.
haven't.
I got him here.
I know, but obviously that wasn't bulletproof. Reduce the air dial by 1, down to 3. If it's not on 0, read on. Dry moss and withered fungi rustle loudly. Sharp twigs scratches your calves. Eat some mind-expanding mushrooms. Requires maggot, and you pay 1 energy. Each party member loses 2 terror, then make another choice.
If you want to lose the terror.
But I'm going to lose 1 at the end of the day anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I mean,
to me.
it would even me out, but it's an energy to do that, and I'm good.
Okay.
Or delve into a curtain of lush green moss. Go to verse 23, which we just were at to make this choice.
Yep.
There's go where the moss thins out, replaced with a limestone bedrock. Limestone would be closer to water, right?
Yep.
Go to verse 14.
And we haven't been there yet.
I'm going to 14. It's driving me nuts. All right. Reduce the air dial by 1, down to 2. Okay. If it's not on 0, read on. Your footsteps echo through the limestone corridor. Head toward dried plants. Go to verse 11. Head down the steep corridor full of slippery mud. Go to verse 3. Or choose a tunnel paved with sharp, loose stones. Go to verse 22. I feel like down the steep tunnel full of slippery mud.
Yep.
I'm going to go to verse 3.
Yep.
Reduce it by 1.
Oh my gosh.
So it's down to 1. So it's not on 0. Read on. If you don't have part 2 of the Underfern status,
We do not.
we're going to go to Book of Secrets.
Oh.
3, 2, 7.
Okay.
3,
3, 2, 7.
3, 2, 7. Book of Secrets. Three, 2, 7. You slide down the muddy corridor and finally end in a puddle of musty water. You curse, then catch a glimpse of gold. Beneath the water's surface, you found a broken cask of coins.
You found money?
Not the grail I was looking for. Each party member gains 1 experience.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yep.
We're in this together.
Yeah, it's a reward. Gain 5 wealth.
Each?
Well, it says each party member gains 1 experience, period. Gain 5 wealth.
Okay, so it's together. We're splitting 5 wealth.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
Then we gain part 2 of the Underfern status.
4, 5. Okay. Part 2. Got it.
So wealth. I'll just take 2, you take 3.
Okay.
So we're both at 3. Okay. So you got part 2.
Yep.
Then go back to verse 14 in 153 in the Exploration Journal.
Okay.
Reduce the air dial by 1, which would be 0.
And now we're dead.
Each party member, if it reaches 0, each party member gains 3 terror.
Oh my god.
1,
1, 2,
2,
3.
3. I probably should have done that energy and lose the terror thing. So now I'm going insane. Your rest no longer restores any. So I got the insane card. It no longer restores any health. I only have nightmares, and whenever I travel, I have to toss the dial thing.
I can do this at the start of the day. Discard this item to remove 3 terror from each character in our location.
Okay, it's a possibility, yeah.
Okay, so.
All right. And then lose an energy.
Lose an energy.
Then go to verse 16, which you slowly suffocate, blah, blah, blah. Expiration ends. Fresh air business.
Okay.
So we got to start over again. But I feel like getting back to 14 could be the thing. Because then it was like Book of Secrets if we didn't have Fern 2 or go on. So however we got to do, got to get back to 14, I think. And then we'd have part 2 of the Fern thing now.
Well, we can get to 14 easy if we go from 23 to 11 to 14.
Okay.
But is there an option in the first one to start on 23?
Yeah, it was the Fernsey thing.
Okay, yeah. So that 23, and then you go.
Yeah.
That'll take us. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I could go exhausted to do it one more time. It's fine.
I could just go by myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't
Because
gain any more
I mean,
terror.
I don't need the experience now, and anything you get, we could just.
And if I have that option again to lose an energy, to lose some terror, I probably would do it
Yeah.
with Maggot.
And I will do this for you.
We'll see. Okay. So I'll spend 1 more.
Yeah.
I'm going to explore by myself.
Okay.
So I'll do the Fernsey thing, 23.
Yep.
Um,
And then go to verse 11.
23, force your way through the grasslands of moss. If you haven't prepared the air dial, which I will do right now. Set to 6. Okay. 23, unpleasant chill from the corridors. I go to 18, choose the first of the corridors, which I'll go 11. And 11, reduce it by 1, down to 5. And then I will dry moss and withered fungi rustle loudly, sharp twigs scratch your calves. So I could eat some mind-expanding mushrooms, pay 1 energy for each party member, which are no longer my party, to lose 2 terror, go down to 4. Okay. Then make another choice. So I could delve into a curtain of lush green moss, which would send me back to 23, or go where the moss thins out, replaced with a limestone bedrock. I'm going to 14. Now, when I go to 14, I reduce the air dial by 1.
We chose 3.
Your footsteps echo through the limestone corridor. So first option would head toward the dried plants. Go to verse 11. No thanks. go down the steep corridor full of slippery mud, go to 3. Or choose a tunnel paved with sharp loose stones, go to 22. So I think I'll go to 3 because it's down still. And if I did that right, and I think I reduce it by 1 down to 3. This is bad. It's getting scary. So I have, if you don't have part 2, you go to the Book of Secrets, which we did. Otherwise, you descend, slipping and struggling. Unfortunately, the corridor ends here. You must go back up the slippery slope. Go back to 14.
Oh my god.
Then I'm going to go loose stones, 22. Reduce it by 1.
0 and 22.
Should have just went there the first time. So 22. Reduce the air dial by 1, which I did. Roll a die and add my caution. 2 plus 1 is 3. If it's fewer than 5, I slip again, lose a health. So I can choose a passage made of solid stone, which would go to verse 14, or take a corridor with dry dirt on the ground, go to verse 19. I'll go to 19. Reduce it by 1, so it's down to 1. Oh my god. 19, right?
Yep.
Reduce it by 1. Each step raises a cloud of dust, irritating your throat. Your torch flickers. Go down the steep slide, which is 24. Take a passage made of limestone, which would go to 22, which I just was. One of the corridors reeks of death, which would go to 17. Or choose a rugged tunnel, go to verse 6. I feel like going down the steep slide. 24. We haven't chosen 24 before?
No.
Okay.
So
24. Reduce the air dial down to 0. If it reaches 0, each party member gains 4 terror and loses 2 energy. So I just lose 1. Go to verse 16. I'm out. Wow. And that wasn't even like the end. It could keep going on.
This is insane. I don't even know what to say to do.
Yeah, we're literally just playing around in here. And like, I don't know if there's a nearby place which could help us find the answer better, but that nightmare and dream business, which we're going to both read right now anyway.
Well, I still have. I could go exhausted, so I could go in and do one more chance.
You'll just be flying up on terror and losing some health on rolling caution die.
Unless, yeah.
It's your call if you want it, but then you're getting less the next day, right?
Yeah.
That's less chances of doing it the next day. Like if you went 1 more down, and then you'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, you'd be at 5. I guess it's the same thing at 1.
Well, I'm going down to 0 anyways because I don't have food.
Oh.
So.
Oh, yeah.
So I might as well just.
Unless we end up fighting this guy, which we can't go to right now, and he won't go to us automatically because this isn't connected.
Yeah, I'm just going to use 1 to go again.
Okay. So.
So now I just need to know the numbers of the first option to what can get us there the fastest.
So you could try crossing the Fern Sea, which will go to verse 2.
Okay.
Is that a tower in the distance? Slide down the nearest ravine, which was 5, or slide down one of the openings in the middle of the Fern Sea. Requires at least 1 part of the Underfern status. And that would take you to 23 or 10, your choice.
23. Oh, they're all far to get to.
I know. But like, was I even going the right way? I don't even know.
Well, the only option we didn't try is to go up. Like number 2. Because verse 5, we've done.
You want to try it? You try whatever
23
you want.
and 10 we've done.
Yeah, but there was lots of options in there where we didn't go, and most of them would take you back.
I know, but I feel
But there was
like
the rugged tunnel that I never went. And that came up a couple times on different paths. I never chose the rugged tunnel ever.
Okay, let's go.
But the rugged tunnel I also saw in the first one when I just slid down verse 5.
Okay, let's go 23.
Are you sure?
No, but let's try. Because I don't know.
Okay. 23 it is.
Well, unless you think the rugged tunnel was in 10.
I don't know. But it was also in 5 for sure. I'm pretty sure.
At the beginning of...
The first thing I did. Very first thing.
Okay. Okay, let's try 5.
I don't know. It could be wrong because it gave it to us so early. Maybe it's not, but...
Let's try 5.
Okay. 5. You stand at the entrance of a complex of underground corridors. Choking, musty smell indicates the air might not be suitable to breathe. This complex of caves, known as the Underfern, is notoriously dangerous and difficult to navigate. If you don't have a good reason to be here, you should probably leave. If you haven't prepared an air dial, set it to 6. So you could leave the caves, exploration ends, go to a wet tunnel, verse 15, or crawl downwards through a pit, go to verse 1.
Downwards towards a pit, verse 1. We did that already.
Yeah, I feel like I've done that.
Yeah, down the pit. Okay, so let's go 15.
Okay, wet tunnel.
Yeah,
15.
wet tunnel.
Reduce it by 1, your air dial.
5.
Then you're going to roll a die, do the whole caution thing to see if you slip on some wet rocks.
4, 5.
It's lower than 5, so you didn't lose any health. All right.
Perfect.
You stand at an underground crossroads. Water trickles down the walls. Option 1, go toward the fresh air. You're sure this is the exit, which would take you to verse 5.
Nope.
Choose a corridor paved with dead insects. Go to verse 9, which I've tried. Squeeze through a pitch black crevice full of roots hanging from the ceiling, which would take us to verse 1, which you said we've already tried.
I believe so.
Go upwards to the space overgrown with moss, verse 8.
We have done 8 before.
Yeah, but remember, each one there's multiple options, so it's like trying to find the proper...
So I don't want to go towards the fresh air, sorry.
Yeah, because that would just leave you out, basically.
Yeah.
It's the exit.
Dead insects.
But that would get you out if you didn't want to, like, gain
Yeah,
terror
if
and
you were running.
your dial was low. Paved with dead insects, which I did go, but that's where I went. So maybe if you're trying to find the rugged tunnel, you go to one of the ones that I went to.
Okay, let's do 9.
I don't know. But in the nightmare, what was it? Don't go one way with the smell.
Ignore cold and smell. Head toward the water.
Oh, ignore cold. That's one of the options I took one of those times because I thought it would lead us to the water. Yeah, okay.
So 9.
9, dead insects. Reduce it by 1, your air dial.
5.
A carpet of beetle carapaces crunches beneath your feet. So you can go through the wet corridor to verse 15. Head toward a cramped space with roots hanging from the walls and ceiling. Go to verse 1. Or choose an upward slope where a cold draft comes from. Verse 18. Or approach strange noises you hear from one of the downward tunnels. So that's where I went before.
Which goes to what? Verse what?
12.
Well, we haven't done that. Are you sure you went there?
Yeah, I did the very first time. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you did.
Because that's where the Riddler was.
The sound of the wind or something?
Yeah. Strange noises you hear from one of the downward tunnels. Go to verse 12.
Oh, strange noises. Yeah. This was 12. Okay.
I don't know. I would do that based on just the numbers of the other ones. Because there was options. I only picked one option at 12, I think.
Yeah. And then you picked the go follow the sound of wind. Okay. Okay. 12.
12. Okay. Reduce the air dial by 1.
Well, I'm already at 3.
Yep. A strange humanoid being with 2 tails protruding from its puffy pants towards you. A mask obscures his face. Riddles, it says hopefully. So you can delve into the corridor full of dried bugs, which will take you to verse 9.
That's where I was.
Okay. Go toward the sound of wind, verse 20.
That's where you went.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Approach the man. Oh, is the Riddler. Where then you have to make another choice. But that does give us a wealth and experience if you want to try this Riddler business.
No.
Sorry, yeah, I led you to...
Okay.
But then 20, what did I choose at 20? Was that the end of my thing?
Yeah.
And did I just run out of air and have to go back? Or did I pick the wrong option?
I don't know. I didn't write that down. So, okay, so let's go 20.
Okay.
I don't know. We could just negate this as we don't go this way ever again, if that's the case.
You don't have the Underfern status, Book of Secrets, which I went to. Otherwise, you zigzag between stalactites. Fresh air comes from crevices in the walls and ceiling. After a while, you discover you can only go back. Go to verse 12.
Oh, man, I'm going back where I was.
12. Okay.
So I'm in a loop here.
So dried bugs or play with the Riddler.
Where does dried bugs give us?
Back to 9.
Oh, my God.
And then you could...
All right, let's go back to 9.
All right, reduce the air dial by 1.
2.
Okay. And then you could go through a wet corridor for 15. Head toward a cramped space with roots hanging down from the walls and ceiling. Go to verse 1. Go an upward slope where a cold draft comes from. Go to verse 18. Have I been to 18 a few times?
Okay, let's go to 1.
Okay, we're going to 1. Reduce the air dial by 1.
I'm at 1.
Okay, so it's not 0, so we keep reading on. You're in a cramped space with roots hanging from the ceiling. You see a narrow opening there, but you cannot reach it. Go up a slight slope towards a wet corridor, verse 15, or choose the tight passage full of dead insects, go to verse 9.
Okay, this loop is not the one.
This is definitely
This is
a bad
not
way.
the right loop.
Yeah, I think because we already did 5, I should have never gone back to 5.
Okay, well, we know that now.
My bad.
This is the wrong way. Well, whatever one's going to hurt me less, I guess. So I'm going to be at 0.
Wet corridor, back to the bugs. I would assume
Wet corridor, sure.
15.
As long as I don't get 4 terror.
Reduce it, and if it's you gain 1 terror, and then verse 16, which would end.
Okay, so then I could do 1 more.
Okay.
Okay, so we're 5. No.
Yeah. So you can choose 20. You can go to verse 2, try to cross the Fernsa, or verse 23 or 10 and go back into the maze of loops.
I want to do 2. Let's see where this takes us. Maybe it'll let us see something above, and
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know at this point.
Roll a die and add +2 for each point of your caution.
Okay.
When in a party, use the highest attribute level.
So I got a 5 plus 2.
A caution. 1,
Caution.
right?
Yeah, 1 caution. So did it say +2?
Caution.
Oh, caution. Sorry, yeah. But did it say +2?
+2 for each point.
Okay, so 7.
7. So on a 1 to 4, no, 4 to 5, no, 6 to 7. You fall into a fern-covered hole. Each party member loses 1 health, and then you go to verse 23. But an 8 or higher, you would have crossed the fern sea.
Okay, so now we're going to 23.
So you have to roll a 6. So this is like the way to avoid the whole maze, is just keep trying this over and over again.
Yeah.
But you could keep getting hurt.
Okay, well,
So
it's taking
23.
us. Okay, so it's taking us back. 23 is the way we have to go.
23.
Okay.
If you haven't placed an air dial yet, place your dial near your keyboard set to 6.
Yeah, I haven't, because that was 0. Okay, 6.
0 and it would have gone away, or it would sit there at 0.
No, 0, and I lost the health and all that stuff.
Oh yes, true. Yeah, you're right. Okay. This represents your limited supply of air. You feel an unpleasant chill from one of the corridors. You decide to investigate. That would be verse 18.
No.
Choose the first of the corridors, overgrown with moss, 11. Or the second corridor, overgrown with moss, 8.
Not 8. The one before that was 11 or something?
Yeah, I feel like that's the one I kept trying.
Yeah, because 8 just was some sort of loop, I feel
11,
like, again.
I went to 14, then 3, then ended.
No, then we continued on 14, 22.
Yeah, and that was bad news too. Okay, but because I ran out of air.
Yeah.
But maybe.
Okay, so let's go 11.
Okay, first, the overgrown corridors with moss, 11. 11. Reduce it by 1, your dial.
5.
Dry moss and withered fungi rustle loudly. Sharp twigs scratch your calves. I feel like I've read this so many times. Yeah, because this is the eat the mind expanding mushrooms, but you need to be maggot. Nope. Delve into a curtain of lush green moss. 23.
Okay, or...
Which was right where we were, right?
Yeah, that takes me back.
Or go where the moss thins out, replace with a limestone bedrock. 14.
14, we're going to 14.
Okay, 14. Reduce the air dial by 1.
4.
Your footsteps echo through the limestone corridor. You could head toward the dry plants, which goes to 11.
Okay.
Go down the steep corridor full of slippery mud. Go to verse 3. Or choose a tunnel paved with sharp, loose stones. Go to 22.
22.
22.
3 brings us back to 14, so.
22. Reduce the air dial by 1.
3.
Okay, you're rolling a die and adding your courage.
Oh my god.
See if you slip.
3, 4. I think I do.
So you you lose that health. You trip on the treacherous rocks.
Okay.
Now you could choose a passage made of solid stone, 14.
Okay, which was where we just were.
Okay. Or take the corridor with dry dirt on the ground, go to 19.
19.
Okay.
Let's go there. We've only been there once.
Reduce the air dial by 1.
2. I feel like this is not right, but...
Each step raises a cloud of dust, irritating your throat. Your torch flickers. So you could go down the steep slide, going to 24, which I may have tried, but then I hit that and died.
Yes, that's where we died.
But that's because I ran out of air, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So it could still be an option to try.
Mm-hmm.
Take a passage made of limestone, go to 22, which just takes us back to where we were.
Yep, so that's no.
One of the corridors reeks of death, go to 17.
Which we haven't been.
Or choose the rugged tunnel, go to verse 6.
Well, we haven't been to 6.
Yeah, because I kept ignoring the rugged tunnel thing.
Do we check the rugged tunnel?
Or have we done 24 before?
We did, but that's where you died.
Yeah. But it's down.
Let's do the tunnel. 6.
Rugged tunnel or down the steep slide? Because remember, down from the nightmare, though.
Well, what number's down the steep slide?
24.
Yeah, let's go down the slide. I think this is just where you ran
24.
out of air. And I'll have one more.
Reduce it by 1.
Okay, so I'm at 1.
You squeeze between finely engraved and painted pillars. The art depicts ancient scenes of people killing floor dwellers and fighting off the weirdness. It reminds you of your mission. It brings you hope. Each party member loses 2 terror.
Yes. Oops, 1, 2. Okay.
Okay.
Down to 3.
Now here's the options.
Okay.
Go downward toward the growling sounds, verse 25, or go upward toward the terrible smelling grotto.
You know what sucks? That I'm going to be at 0.
Maybe.
Okay, well, I want to go down.
Okay, 25.
Yeah.
If you're playing chapter 5 or higher, go to verse 13.
We are playing chapter 5.
Otherwise, you'd reduce your dial. So we're going to 13.
Okay.
If you don't have part 3 of the Underfern status,
We do not.
we're going to the Book of Secrets.
Oh, it's going to give it to us. We're going to have to do this all over again one more time. Oh, this game is killing me.
Hold on. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2,
3,
1.
2, 1.
Okay.
In the Book of Secrets. The deep cavern looks older than Tainted itself. Can you highlight that this brought us to this spot or something? Like, just so we know if we ever need... Because it said if you're on chapter 5 or higher. So that to me says, like, we may be back here again. I don't know if you'll ever remember this, if you've made your notes by chapter. So then we know to look back to chapter... whatever.
Well,
Whatever.
I'm debating revamping my notes now.
This deep cavern looks older than Tainted itself. Huge reliefs on its walls depicting four-dweller rituals and gatherings are visible in the daylight, seeping through long shafts in the ceiling. Only after a while, a faint glint of gold somewhere on the side catches your attention. You approach it. Your knees buckle. Before you, covered in cobwebs and dirt, a radiant cup rests on the floor of the cavern. You feel your heart skip a beat. You made it.
Finally.
The grail lies before you, discarded and forgotten. Just a single touch is enough for you to know that the artifact is real. Though made from some strange metal, gold in color, yet opalescent like weird steel, it feels warm in your hands. You raise it in reverence to the light as the grand visions fill your head. For a moment, you feel invincible, a hero of legend, destined to change the world. Then, a fresh breeze from one of the side corridors sobers you. It's time to go back. ... Gain part 3 of the Underfern status.
Okay.
And the True Grail secret card 7.
Ooh.
Better
It's
give
different
me.
then.
Better just give us like 10 wealth each. No, I'm just joking. True Grail, we did it. We win the whole game. I'm just joking. At the start of the day, lose a terror. Beautiful.
Yeah.
But this is you who gets
For
this.
now.
Lose 1 terror, then gain an energy or 1 health or 1 magic.
Wow.
So all that craziness is going to help us get.
I can trade you.
Is it gain a wealth in one there?
No.
Energy, health, or magic. Wow. I honestly will just run in circles. I never want to continue the story so we don't lose this. Because I know for sure we're going to lose that to somebody very soon. That's too good to hold.
Yeah.
All right. Each party member, not player,
Yep. What do I get? What do I get?
gains 3 experience and 3 magic.
Oh, okay. 3 experience. 1, 2, 3. Whoa, I have lots of experience.
Oh no. If all characters are in this exploration, go to verse 412 in the Book of
2,
Secrets.
3. Uh-oh.
If not every character is here, go to 350 instead.
Okay.
We may need to remember this path to come back here then with all characters, is
Yeah.
what I'm worried is going to happen. But it might block us out because of the part 3 of the Underfern status, actually.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
let's
it
not
might.
do this again.
Well, yeah. True.
So we're going to 350 instead. As you approach the tunnel exit, you stumble upon the rest of your friends. Oh, okay, so it's probably going to bring us back together. Running in the opposite direction. Breathing heavily, they tell you they've seen armed forces converging upon the Fernsea and came to warn you. Together, you head to the exit of tunnels, hearing a low hum that seems to grow louder with every step. It almost feels as if Fernsea turned into a storm-torn ocean above you. As soon as the daylight envelops you, its hum splits into sounds of human cries and dying horses. A young squire with an arrow in his back lies at your feet in the mouth of the cavern. A battle rages before you. Each character not in Fernsea 153 loses an energy. Well, we're both there. Move these characters to Fernsea immediately. They join the rest of the characters in the exploration and form a single party.
Okay.
Auto party. Assembled. Then go to verse 414. Forward.
Okay.
Okay. You're not sure who's fighting you. At least 2 separate war bands war with each other and with soldiers bearing signs of Camelot. What would cause them to clash so far from human settlements? Unless it takes you to a moment to realize they should have spotted you a long while ago, if not for a pale sphere that seems to envelop you. Don't stand there, fools, a tall hooded figure shouts, emerging from behind the rock. It can't keep this up for long. Oh, so someone's like protecting us and making us hidden with magic or something.
Ooh.
As we watch the battle. You retreat from the battle, afraid to ask questions as your savior seems strained to the brink of collapse. You manage to get 100 paces from the melee when a straw arrow strikes the cloaked figure in the back. 4 arms stretch out from under the cloak. The hood falls, revealing a long, dark blue hair. A sharp cry resonates in the air, in language you don't understand. The Lady of the Lake lies before you, in a pool of blood, just as shocked as you are. You drag her to safety behind one of the rocks, and she gestures for you to lean closer. Each party member gains a terror. Well, I'm maxed out, so I can't.
Okay.
Go to verse 485.
Wow.
"485. Her voice growing weaker with each second, Pale Lady explains that spies of all major powers of Avalon caught wind of the location of the Grail. Then, their forces swiftly moved in to intercept it. The cup. I did not object when your friends took it from Tuathane. I even agreed to help them. But the knights, they did an unspeakable thing, and now the Grail causes even more bloodshed. The cup solves nothing. It will not save the Menhirs or bring peace. It will only bring the end faster. You must place it back where it belongs, where it all started, in the heart of Tuathane. Do you understand? You are speechless. Though the thought of penetrating the pure weirdness of the four-dweller capital seems outlandish, you want to ask 100 questions, but it doesn't seem the Pale Lady will be able to answer more than one. ... Now we have some options. So just out of curiosity, Tuathane, is that on here?
Isn't
No.
Tuathane a person?
No, it's a place. And I feel like we've either seen it, that sounds familiar, or it's mentioned in the story before. All right, anyways. But it sounds like it's a bad place where the weirdness originated, where these jerks are hanging out, the four dwellers. Accept and ask her how to get into the Tuathane. Go to verse 481. Or refuse to take the cup to Tuathane. Verse 494.
I'm so sorry. The first one was
First one was accept and ask her how to get in there to Tuathane, and you go to verse 41. So I'm assuming this is going to branch us off into, now we're trying to take this grail there to put it where it goes. Head towards that. Or refuse to take it to Tuathane and go to verse 494, where we continue to be bad, we keep it. Maybe we help more gain some more our buddies. I don't know.
Well, you have.
It sounds like good because it's the Lady of the Lake again. And I remember we kept hearing the whole switching allegiances. I feel like if we helped the Lady of the Lake and gave her the Grail earlier, which we didn't do, but if we did, maybe that would have been the good path. But instead we went to Camelot, gave it to Morgaine, which we now have learned she's evil because based in the lore of Arthur, we kind of did some research, and people even in the comments, Morgaine's kind of a bad bitch. But maybe not in this story because the story is just inspired. But anyways. So this is like our second chance here to follow the Lady of the Lake, take the Grail, run away with it, or we refuse and maybe these knights from Camelot, who obviously Morgaine or Lancelot have sent, we can keep it and let it go and fall into their hands.
Yeah, or they'll try to fight us for it or something.
I don't think
So you want to be good this time?
I think it's giving us that chance.
Yeah, I
to
think
pick
so.
a path.
Let's be good. Let's
want to be good?
Accept and take it there.
You don't want to just keep this grail and keep getting benefits off it all day, every
Well, even
day?
if we have to take it
It'll
there-
never take it from us, right?
Even if we have to take it there, eventually we'll
Okay,
get there
yeah,
with
true.
it. So I'd rather keep
So
it.
481?
Yeah.
So we'll accept, and we'll ask her how to get there get into Tuathain. Go to verse 481, which is on the last page. There is a human called Orin, Merlin's descendant, who was in the city. Find his Cranog beyond the scattered plains, south of the place your people call Farshire.
Farshire. Okay, so south of Farshire.
What's that? Can you pull that down?
No, that's that.
Just double checking. I've heard of Farshire. We've been there already. Falfair. Okay. I feel like Farshire is we've been there.
Yeah, it's right here.
Maybe we never went that way.
Maybe
actually.
we never did. I don't know.
That sounds super familiar. I feel like I've seen that card, but I could be wrong. But there's like Falfer and Fadolka and all this stuff. Maybe I've got my F's all mixed up. So many F's when playing this game. All right. Where was I going? 481.
Yeah.
So find this Cranog beyond the scattered plains south of the place your people call Farshire. You write that down? South of Farshire in the notes?
Mm-hmm.
We're looking for Orin in the city. So he's in Farshire. Okay. You can also ask the last of your compatriots, Priestess Niente, in the Whispering Forest, which will probably give us quests to like choose this and choose. I'm just, yeah. I just don't want to have to find this in here again if we're playing this like in a week from now. If this is the end of the chapter. And if you can, south of Camelot, there's a shimmering beach. I think we've seen that beach.
Yeah.
I forget what that was called, but I feel like we've been there. Our relic can be found just offshore. It will help. Okay. Pale Lady is barely conscious now. You must go, she says. Go before someone finds you. I will rest here. Gain the Deep Secret status if you don't have it yet.
Deep secret. Okay, we do not.
So...
I remember we needed that for something.
Yeah, I don't remember. This is a problem. Okay, so option 1. Insist on helping her. Go to verse 132. Or leave. Go to 470.
Helping her.
So helping her. We're continuing on with the good path, I guess.
Yeah, let's try to help her.
So 132.
Okay.
132. If you fill the true grail with the last of your water and have the pale lady drink, as she cradles the cup, some of her strength seems to return, even though she looks even sadder. Arthur, he entrusted this vessel to me 600 years ago, but I was afraid my people would follow its aura and find me. I forsook it. And now it's back in my hands. So strange. She wants to say something more, but a band of mercenaries suddenly stumbles upon your location. Resolve the War Band Grey Encounter difficulty 4.
Oh, yeah, you have that over there.
Bad news.
Oh, man.
You should have chickened out.
Yeah, we should have left her dying on the side of the road.
Okay.
Hopefully it's easy.
War Band right here, 17. Okay. Where is that text?
132.
If you win, you're able to make your way out of the battle, escort the Pale Lady to a safe location. You go to verse 484. If you lose or escape, you're forced away, separated from the lady. Without her guidance, you'll have only one lead. Sorcerer Orin was the one of the last living people to visit Tuathain. Maybe he will be able to help you. Go to verse 470.
Okay.
So we might get her help if we save her, kind of thing.
Okay.
But it sounds like either way, we'll then have to go for Orin. But all right.
So he's defensive.
Reward 1 experience, 1 rep,
Defensive.
and loot 3 more wealth, which that'll help us light this minier.
Okay, so for defensive, each first combat card of this activation adds 1 less red cube. And Horde. During step 3, enemy attack, the active character discards 2 combat cards from the top of their combat deck. Oh my god, he's 17. And now here's a question. So for my shield, I'm supposed to, it says lose 1 at the start, but I can't. I don't have any energy
That's
to
fine.
lose.
In
So
this game, if you lose, you lose. You can only ever go to the bottom
okay.
of nothing.
But I still get to do this, right? It's just...
Sure, yeah, that's just... It tells you the ability first.
Yeah.
So that's what was happening, and then also you lose, but
Okay.
whatever. It's not. Lose one, and if you did, then prevent.
Okay.
Okay. So defensive, you said each first combat of the activation adds one less red cube, and I'm flipping mine at random, so whatever.
Okay. So 0 to 3, we're going to gain 2 damage, or lose 2 health, gain 2 terror. 4 to 10, 3 damage, lose 1.
And then 15 to 16, it runs away.
Okay, well, let's just try.
Opportunities avoid one unavoidable damage.
Okay.
Okay, so
1,
this is
2,
combat,
3.
right?
I got no red cubes at all. Oh, 1.
Well, that's fine, because the first one doesn't do anything anyway, so it reduces it by 1, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, we have to discard cards off our combat deck at the start, right? When he attacks, we discard how many?
2.
2.
Yep. So this is not a good card to play.
1, 2, 3.
Unless we want to just escape.
And then that's a story option we don't get to choose. It seems like if we do win this, we probably get the benefit of her giving us even more information where to go. Probably limits those options of 3 down to less than 3. I bet.
Yeah.
And kind of points us the right way.
Yeah. Well, okay. So if you wanted, if I started 1 less red cube, I'm only going to play this, which isn't going to connect anyways. I can leave you with all these connections in it 2 times. Does that help you?
Well, mine first comes off random, so I can't answer that for you.
Oh, you're right. Well, you're likely to connect something, right, with a random? With everything there?
Sure, but maybe not, because I do have ones I know that have just like magic and then like nothing there and stuff like that. So your choice.
Well, I can't do anything.
But yeah,
so.
I'm not sitting on attack, careful attack, final blow, anything like that. That could flip off and hit that.
Oh, you have this card that's...
Oh yes,
over
that should
the
be flipped
last
back
one.
up. Yes.
Oh yeah, and I'll go first, which will do this. Yeah, let me go first, because I can't do anything anyways.
Okay.
So I'll
put
go
a time
first.
token on your card or your
Put
board.
a time token. I'll flip this. Put these 3 guys.
Unless you wanted a weapon for
Nah.
throwing.
It's probably going to
But
get...
this does 3 versus 2.
Yeah, and it's probably going to get discarded. Or, because, yeah. Okay, so we'll do that. So, sorry, because he's defensive, each first combat card. Okay, so it does 1 less,
Are you
doesn't
done?
matter.
You're not playing anything else?
No.
Okay.
So then he's going to...
Discard 2 off your deck.
And start guard attack. Oh, final blow.
Well,
that
that's not
sucks.
good.
Okay.
Okay. And
So now
what
you...
else does he do to you? Because he has 0, you gain 2 damage, which you prevent, and then 2 terror.
Uh-oh. 1, 2. So now I'm insane.
Yep. So here you go. You're now going insane. Oh, wait. I'm not panicked. I'm just insane. I
Yeah,
keep
now
mixing
I'm
those up.
panicked.
Yes. So you will be flipping the top card off. I will not.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah. Sorry, that's not one of the insane things. That's just once I lose 1 more health, though, then I become panicked. So we should have. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
So I should have
either way,
done this and escaped?
no,
Okay.
I can now play stuff to connect to it, which is pretty good.
Okay. So this will go away and 1 red cube will go there. Right
Yes,
at the start
thank
of your
you.
turn?
Okay, let's see here.
Can you get him to 11?
Yeah, right. I know. I just want to get him out of the.
Well, you can't gain 2
I
terror
know.
anyways.
Terror doesn't hurt me.
And if you can block both of the... Which you can't, can you?
Well, I can prevent 1 if it's more than 1, and then I could block.
The second one.
Yeah, if I connect practicality to finish. But looking at what I have here, that is not happening. Yeah, I don't have any practicality to connect. But could I draw some cards? Yes, I could.
Oh, I don't think I said it out loud, but I prevent 2 of the damage. That's why I
off
didn't
of
take
your
it. Yeah.
armor.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
Yep, I should do this. During an encounter, flip to lose all my terror at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I need to remember to do that before I leave. So I drop and only go up 4. That way, I'll probably do that if I go panicked.
Okay.
Okay, so let's think here. I have Battle Cried, Find Weakness. I could connect this off of Magic to do... Hold on, let's see what the best start is. The one that has no connections. So it probably is this one to draw 2 cards.
Yeah, because Then it does. It gets around the defense.
But then does that let me connect other stuff? No, it doesn't. Oh, of course, no magic off of it. Okay, so I could do find weakness, which does just get me 2 cards.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could connect magic. Worst case, do 3 red cubes, time token, so 2 red cubes happen on your turn.
And you're going to draw 2 cards too, so.
Or I do this, do 2 cards. And 2 red cubes. Yeah, no, I'll do the other way. So let's do, I believe, is this one first, I said? Yeah, let's do find weakness. Okay, so I'll just get 2 cards, and if you put a time token on there for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I got risky attack, which is a starter, that sucks, and careful attack, which is possible to connect off something. Nope, it is not. Oh, but I now have the option of connecting a practicality.
You should have to pay magic.
Yeah, which is fine. I was planning on that. So let me do war magic, if you can move that time token off. So I'm connecting off the bonus key. I'll spend a magic. Okay. Drop 3 red cubes in there. And I gain a terror, which I can't take. So I'll grab 3 red cubes. 1, 2, 3. Is that 4?
What's that? What's those 3 for? Sorry.
Right there.
Oh,
see the way
duh,
the 3 counts on
sorry.
the
Yep.
free key? Okay.
I was looking at this. I don't know what I was looking at. Sorry. Sleeping over here.
Can do risky attack. And then now, I know I kind of want to leave that to do the red cubes, but if I drop this down instead, it doesn't connect. Oh, I thought it was on practicality. What was I thinking? Oh, careful attack does, sorry. That would do 3 more cubes and connect. And instead I could lose less cubes and prevent the damage off that. So I'll connect that one.
Okay.
So 3 more red cubes I'll grab right here.
Yeah, I'm out of red cubes.
Okay. Here, if you want to take some. And
I'm going to switch some of that out after.
Yeah, I got to do that too. But you'll just quietly do that and then.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I could leave that there,
2,
and I
4,
totally block.
6, 7.
Oh, so I'm at 7 now. So that would block 1 damage, 1 less red cube lost. I would block because I connected practicality.
Well, you block the other one first.
And I prevent because it's more than 0.
Yeah.
Or more than 1.
That's good.
I could technically keep going. Draw 2
more
cards.
You just don't want him to get to 15. But he's only at 7. So, I mean.
But if I got him to 11, then I lose less, or just lose red cubes, not so much about the health.
Right. But you're not taking any damage anyways with the other card.
Yeah, and we're preventing 1 less loss, which loses no lost red cubes, right?
Yeah.
But my risky attack just dies by itself. The next, stopping at 7, he needs to go to 17. Feels like I want to just keep pushing.
Go ahead. Like I said, I have no red cubes here. I'm going to draw 1 and have to play something off top, so I don't know what I'm going to get.
Oh, and I got to remember every time I lose health, I do give red cubes back, worst case.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, but if I do this, I still prevent 1, so I don't take anything.
Okay.
So let me connect that off. I do take something because I no longer have connected to practicality as the last one.
True.
But then I can give him a red cube and taking 1 hit, but then I go panicked.
But then you can.
But then I pop this, yeah.
And you're going to draw 2 cards.
Yeah, I'm drawing 2 cards. I'll keep going. Reposition and distraction, which are both connect off of that, no problem.
And you can connect practicality there.
Yep, true. Let's see, escape from combat 1, which I could hold in my back pocket just in case. If the enemy deals any damage, you lose that many red cubes instead. Doesn't do anything more.
That would let you draw. Oh, the other one would let you draw 1 more card. Oh, no, it can't connect. Sorry, never mind. Never mind.
Yeah. So I could just leave it where it's at. Then I just take a damage, but he gets another red cube off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Where's he at? 7?
Mm-hmm. So then on my turn, he'd be at 9. Because you would give him 1 and this would come off, giving him another 1.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll let him go. So top of my deck comes off attack and hex.
Okay.
Then he is at 7, so he will hit me for 3 damage. But I prevent 1 here.
Mm-hmm.
I prevent 1 off my armor, which says prevent 1, but it can't be reduced to 0. So it's preventing 2 of it. So I take 1. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then whenever I lose due to an enemy attack, you gain a red cube.
Okay, so he's at 8.
Okay. Then I'm going to flip, during an encounter, flip this card to lose all of your terror. And at the end of the encounter, if this card was flipped, discard it and gain 4 terror.
Okay.
Okay.
And you're good?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Oh yeah, I didn't put a time token on my thing.
That's fine.
So
remove that.
We're at the end of the turn?
Yep.
So discard down to 3.
I have 2, so draw...
Draw 1.
Oh my
I
gosh.
got final blow.
Okay, so now my first card, I have to play the top card of my deck, right? Because I am insane.
You're panicked.
I'm panicked.
Because your cube is above your health. Yes.
Okay.
Slap it in. Ooh, that's a nice one.
Okay,
So you draw a card.
draw a card.
And then,
Okay.
if the enemy hurts you, he gain a red cube for every point of health you lose.
Okay, so... Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, time token and red cube, yes.
So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
So
9.
We're 8 away still.
So then technically he would only hit me for 1. So he'd get 1 more. It's 10, 11. Okay, but let's see what I got here.
Yeah, if you can slap more red cubes down, just don't get to 15 or 16 and we're good.
Oh, I can't even connect that one. That
But
sucks.
if you went to 14, that would drop it down to 11. You know. There's no real point in going above 10 unless you can get to 14 or kill.
I drew this, which can't connect to anything anyways. I'm never going to be able to play it because I always have to play the top card on my deck.
Oh, yeah, true.
So that's annoying. But I can set this up.
Remember, you can discard down to 3 anyway. So.
Well, I could play this if you wanted.
What are you leaving down there right now? Double aggression. Hold on,
Yeah,
let's look.
double aggression, double courage. But you don't even have either of those, do you? Oh, double aggression.
Yeah, I do.
Or... Oh, but that loses 2 and we don't want to do that.
Well, that's a time token at the start of my turn.
Yeah.
It does drop at ×2, which I can start off with this. That would lay 3 red cubes down, risky attack, toss, and I get to draw a card off.
-1.
Oh, have we been messing that up?
No.
Okay. Because our first card hasn't been putting
Yes.
cubes on?
Yes.
Yes. Defensive.
So, I mean, it's up to you, but this card, we have to do this, right?
Yeah, if there's a time token there, that's removed, unless you cover it up.
Like,
But I'm okay, I'll lose.
I could cover.
No, you lose only 1 red cube, and we're going to gain 1.
Oh, okay.
So whatever. And you
So
draw
then,
2 cards. I'll draw 2
sorry.
cards.
Or I mean, or reposition. It's up to you, whichever one you would rather have down.
Well, I'm going to start off with either risky attack or that's it. I'll start off with risky attack. So whatever connects me on courage, practicality, and the free key is the best.
Okay, so let's do that one.
Okay, gathering thoughts.
Yes.
Which draws me
Oh,
cards.
I can't do that unless I pay magic.
Pay the magic. You're
Okay.
only 6, man. Come
Pay
on. This
magic.
isn't important. This encounter is in the book of secrets.
I know. Okay.
This is serious.
You're right. You're right. Okay.
Okay.
That's me. So now I have to discard 2 cards.
Yep. And then take whatever punishment he's at for
2. Okay.
8, 9. He's at 9.
He's
red
at
cubes.
9. So I will take 3. I will prevent 2. I will take 1.
And is there something? Oh no, that was when you had that other card
Yeah.
up.
And then he will. Oh, he'll lose 1. Sorry. And then time token. Okay. So now you. So this one will go away first, I guess.
Sure.
Put that there.
And then you lose a red cube, and I'll draw 2 cards.
Yep. Lose a red cube. Draw 2 cards. So 2, 4, 6, 8. He's at.
I got the one where I could hold guard, and I choose whichever one of these little lines he does. Which could choose. No, I don't want to do the terror one, but I could choose to take the damage one, which I have the spear, which helps get more red cubes on there. Interesting.
Oh, if you took the 4 to 10 option? Especially if you get him in the 11 to 14.
Yeah.
The only thing is I can't guarantee I kill him because I have to just drop a card down.
Okay, hold on. So we're sitting at 8?
Yeah.
So I feel like risky attack's still the start. Because that could lead to
Also
1, 2, 3, -1,
So
2,
2.
and then maybe a dial toss.
Yep.
Maybe 4.
Yep, that's good. And you're going
Could
to
be.
cover it.
Will I though? Let's double check. Nope. Nope.
Oh, you could cover it with this.
Yeah, reposition.
Worst case.
Well, it's the only choice. That or distraction.
Yeah, and then play by ear what you...
Yeah, at some point I want to drop a final blow.
Yeah, if you went...
I know reposition does line up final blow,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't think we're close enough to that yet. But
Depends on if that 2 hits.
yes.
Because I need to be at 14. Or not,
1,
sorry.
2, 3, 4 on
Sorry.
8 is 12.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to do the risky attack. So I draw a card to start, actually.
Yep.
Gather Thoughts,
Okay.
which is the one that you did that drew cards.
Yeah.
But it does have a couple connections that I like.
Okay, so now you're going to get 3 -1, so you're going to get 2. So he's at 2,
Right.
4, 6, 8, 10.
Yep. And now tossing a dial.
Tossing a dial.
Risky attack.
Come on. Oh,
No,
nothing
miss.
happens. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, so right now he's +2 if that stays. Okay.
Yeah, which I don't want that to stay. So I think, yeah, the only thing I can connect is on the bottom, so it's reposition. Okay.
Okay.
And then, we're both kind of crooked.
Yeah, no worries. I can. Sorry.
All right, so let's see here. So I have to connect.
He needs 7 if there's any way of that happening.
Yeah, no, it's going to take a minute. I have 5 cards, and like I got to keep looking over back at what's on the board already. I basically can connect on anything there.
Yep.
Okay, good to know. All right, I'm going to drop Blood Magic. I'll spend a red cube off magic to draw a card first,
Okay.
and then I'll lose the health.
1,
Go down to 4.
3 charges on there.
3 charges, yes.
Okay.
I got Defend, which prevents 2 health and then lets you draw a card. Yeah, I don't want to finish the final blow, unfortunately.
No, that's fine.
I only have 3 cards left in my deck, so he's going to discard 2.
And you're going to draw up 1, so that'll be your last turn.
Yeah.
But why don't you just hold final blow? Because maybe if I can get anything on him,
Yeah, I
then
know.
you can finish him on your turn.
Oh, what's
Because
he saying at 10 right now?
Yeah.
So it'll even out because he'll damage me, lose 1, but then he'll gain 1 from
Yeah.
the damaging me.
yeah, the problem is I'm playing.
Yeah, but how do I set you up?
Well, you can't because I'm playing the top card of my deck.
I know, but I want to set it up so possibly like...
No, but it's probably better for me if I cannot put anything on him. It's better for me that way, because for him to
But
stay.
then it comes back to me and I lose if I can only put like 4 cubes on a max, so...
Well, he's gonna lose 3.
Yeah, but maybe you drop something that prevents some of that.
Oh,
or-
okay,
I don't
okay.
know.
Yeah.
But
I
at
guess.
least if he loses 3 and he's at 14, he only drops to 11, which is higher than the 10
Sure.
or 9 he'd be
Yeah,
at.
you're right. You're right. You're right.
Oh, man. So I could defend. So do I want to choose the enemy attack or just have you lose and draw? Lose and draw? Gather thoughts?
It's up to you. I'm fine with either.
So I'll pay a magic off of this to connect a magic key. And time token to lose a red cube and draw a card, I think. Because right now you do the 10 attack thing where it will just even out. He'll be at 10.
Mm-hmm.
But then you take it down to 9, you draw 2 cards.
And then hopefully I can play a few.
Or I do distraction. If they deal damage, I lose cubes. I don't like that.
Well, yeah, and then he's going down to.
Yeah, just one more.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's better.
Either way you lose, but one way you get cards out of it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Okay, so next he's discarding 2 cards off my deck. And the 1 left in my deck.
Okay.
Oh, there's the trap. And the other trap. Oh, gain the 1 red for each practicality key. That would have been nice.
Yeah.
Okay, that is that.
Okay.
Then he does what I say. He's going to hit me for 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I go down 1, but then he gains red, but then he loses red, so it evens out. Okay.
Yep. Okay, so now we are going to draw a discard down.
I don't know what to get rid of. Hold card, defend, final blow, or distraction. This one has red cubes on it, and a free key connection. Seems good.
Yeah.
Defend kind of prevents and draws, but that's more of a long term. This one has nicer connections, which I could drop this down as the beautiful connection off of final blow, actually. So it's going to be defend.
Okay.
All right, so we redid the footage there. We just went back and checked it just to make sure where we were. So we had 2 time tokens. We just removed them. I discarded down to get rid of defend. You discard down to 3, which you're at.
Mm-hmm.
You are not going to draw a card because you're panicked.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to draw my last card. So I'm out of my deck. It is charge. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now we decide who is going to go next.
Well, I think it has to be me, right? Because you can't do this, or you would be out.
Yeah, I definitely can't do that. Yeah,
Okay.
that's easy.
Okay.
Yeah. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so I'll remove this. So we will lose 1. Now, so I would draw 2 cards before I will flip my first card.
Well, right here, what does it say? Delayed abilities. Yep, and then play cards.
Okay.
So draw your 2.
1, defend,
Defend in.
and find weakness. Okay.
My red cubes
So
on them.
now I have to, well, hopefully it's on here.
Yep. Flip the top card and play your cards.
Surprise attack. Okay, so
Oh,
it's
that's enough.
-1, so we won't count this one. So 1, 2, 3. So I'll put 3 on there. Okay,
And
that's
draw
good.
A card.
1, 2, 3, and I draw a card.
This should be. Let's just put this.
Oh, sorry, I
here
was putting it
somewhere.
on there so I don't forget.
Well.
Sure. Okay, what's he at here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Oh my gosh.
5 more. And you have a way of stopping him from choosing to lose 3 cubes and taking terror instead, or
No. No.
you know that one that chooses attack or whatever.
No, I can't play this card. Can't play that card. This card would let me draw 2.
You drew 1 off the playing of that effect?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure.
And I can't play this card. I just want to remove the options of things I can't play.
Okay.
So this one would let me draw 2 cards. But the problem comes to I can't leave a draw card for you,
yeah.
right?
But can you cover that up?
Yeah, I can cover it up with that. And then set that up for you.
Okay. Interesting.
But I would also draw 2 cards.
Let me just see what I can chain off based on what I have.
Oh, but I have to have 2 cards here for him to discard, right?
Yeah. Well, it's once you go to draw. The discarding thing when it's empty, I'm not sure if that forces a loss.
Because if that's the
But
case,
yeah,
then I
I'm
would
not
just
sure.
stop.
Yeah. Where are you at? You're at 3 cards left.
Yeah, so I don't want
So
to...
as long as you can discard 2 is fine, but then when it ends your both of our turns, if I don't finish it, which is why I'm trying to figure out what I can do on my turn.
Yeah, but that would draw 2 cards.
All right, so we need to stop you from going to empty deck, and drawing cards I think is forced on any of these abilities, so we're kind of screwed if it happens. Can't choose to ignore it, which kind of makes sense.
Just a quick question. Are you better with the ×2 or with
Well,
this?
hold on. So on my turn, just looking at my cards here, I could drop this down not caring, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I play charge attached to it, which does, and it's not my first card, this would be my second. So 1, 2, 3. Then I slap final blow on that, so it's 4, 5, 6.
6.
So
Okay,
if you can get him to 11, but the problem
2, 4,
is he loses
6,
it.
8, 10, 12. He's at 12.
But then right now he'll lose 3.
He'll
put
lose
a
3,
9.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And then you can
And
do
that-
how many?
Not enough.
Not enough. Well, I don't think I can do any more. Like, I don't have red cubes at all.
Okay, so here's the key. You need to get him to 14. 9, 10, 11, 12. Is there any way you can drop 2 more.
I can't even play those 3 cards. So these are my only options.
I don't really care if you escape. If I'm still here to lay 6 on him. So if you can draw cards or anything, or like...
The only way I can draw cards is with this, so I could do that if I paid a magic to draw 1 card.
And does that leave... That leaves a 3 down 3 times?
Yeah, but it leaves this, and you can't draw a card.
Ooh. 2 times that you could drop? No, right?
But then I could connect this to cover it, but that also makes you draw a card.
Okay, so no.
Okay, so then I have to do it in... But I could do... So... If I drew 2 cards, I would have 1 left. He would discard the 1, which is fine. Until my turn, I go to draw.
He discards 2.
Right, but if there's only 1, I don't die there. So I could...
Just do not leave a draw card for me, or else I'm out.
Well, I could play...
But we need 2 red cubes, and I can win.
I could play this, and either I pay magic or use one of those.
Use one of those.
Okay. And now I can draw 2 cards.
Yeah, I'm down.
1. Oh, here we go. Now I can put cubes down. Okay. So now I can connect double practicality and put down 3 cubes.
But that might be a runaway. Hold on. What's he at right now? 12?
13, 14, 15.
Yeah, that's bad news.
Okay. Hold on.
Unless you can then do 2 more.
No. So then I can connect this, reposition, which we're kind of sliding off there, sorry.
Whatever, just keep it going.
Then if I played this, I would only drop 2 cubes, which puts us into 14, which is exactly where you want, right?
The enemy loses 1 less red cube and you prevent 1 damage, so that's...
So you'd only lose 2.
And then for sure I'm there.
So I'll do that.
Unless we did it wrong. Okay, it's 2 more?
Yes. 1, 2. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay. Then he would lose 1 less.
So he discards off the top of your deck, right?
Oh, I don't know which order. Doesn't he do all the damage stuff first?
Well, we've been doing it this way every single time, so let's continue.
Okay.
So he discards off of Horde, which says, during step 3, enemy attack, the active card discards 2 combat cards from the top of the combat deck, so whatever.
Okay, then he would lose 2 and not 3 because of that.
Yep.
So he should be at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
Okay. My turn. So time token.
Time token, yes.
My turn?
I'm going to, yeah.
Time token. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So let's continue over here.
Okay.
So we're wrapping around like Pac-Man off the screen on the other side here. Okay. All right. So off of careful attack. Yes, I think.
Because you can do 5.
Yeah, but now you've laid down different stuff for me, so this is probably even better. I could probably just go off of charge.
Okay, 1 less.
That's 3, so 2.
2. So that's 14.
Let's just say.
Okay, let's put it here then.
So 14.
Yep.
Then off final blow, I have double aggression, so
14.
1, 2, 3 more.
1, 2, 3. That's 14, 15, 16, 17.
Boom, done. Okay, so he's done.
Oh my gosh, that was tough.
Yeah, I have other options too that would have still brought us there. I have a ×2 of my own too.
Okay, so let me separate these cards.
But you are still in, right? We're
Yes,
both still in. We
yes.
never had to force escape like we thought we might have.
Came down to the wire on cards for both of us. That was the last turn.
Yep. Awesome. Who needs better cards in your deck? I'm just joking.
Okay, so the reward for both of us is 1 experience and 1 rep.
So I'll take 1
1
experience,
1 rep. I need to switch that over.
Yeah, let me switch to right now.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So my rep is 7, and my experience is going to be 7.
My experience is 12.
Nice.
Okay. And then, so 3...
3 wealth and 2 items. We choose how we divvy them up.
Okay, so let's put it
So
here.
just grab from the red cubes there, and then
we'll
like
put
put
it
the rest
there,
of the way
we'll
on your side.
So this gets thrown over there, right? Because this was not in our deck, so it doesn't get shuffled back in, right? Because it got pulled out from the book?
Yeah, I would assume so. It would really suck to put that on the bottom of the deck.
Yeah.
But it might, honestly, but it came from over here, so I don't know. Whatever. I don't think we'd have to fight it again right now. We'd build our new decks anyway. All right. So 2 items. We got a companion, Lucky Piglet.
Oh, sweet. What's this do?
So the Lucky Piglet, after drawing a random encounter, you may put it on the bottom of its deck and draw another one once per day. That is pretty good. So when we see like level 3s, we can toss them and hopefully get a level 2.
Yeah.
And a weapon, a rusty sword, which we've seen. Have we seen that before? I don't know if we've seen that in this playthrough. I feel like I've read this before, maybe in like a preview article or something.
Oh, I don't know.
I remember it being kind of funny because it reminds me of like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. When your character activates in combat, you may gain a red cube and toss a dial. If it's a grail and nothing happens on the skull, it basically breaks and you discard it because it's all rusty.
Oh.
So that's why it stuck out to me. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, but it's not better than my hunting spear, I don't think.
I don't think it's better than my poison dagger, but I mean,
I don't think so either.
Someone could keep it, and then you choose to use one or the other.
Yeah, or toss it or sell it
or
or whatever
toss it or
options
sell it,
we get later with
it. Do you want me to hold it?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna
put it
flip
face down somewhere. But the companion, we don't have any companions, right?
Nope.
After drawing a random encounter, you may put it on the bottom of its deck, then draw another one. Who do we want to hold this? Because we may be separate, and it's not always. It's whoever has this.
It doesn't matter. It's up to you. If you want it, you can have it. If not, I'll hold it.
You can take it. Okay, so we've adjusted the camera. You have a second row here, so you can see our items.
And you have a few that were flipped over from the battle, right?
Just one, I think. Oh yeah, at the end of this encounter, if this card was flipped, discard it and gain 4 terror. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I'm panicked. Oh yeah, I lost the insane though. That left. That was an important reason. So discarding this item, I'll put it on the bottom of the item deck. So get out of the way. Okay, so we're in the book still.
Yep.
Okay. So we did the Warband Gray encounter difficulty 4. If you win, you're able to make your way out of the battle and escort the Pale Lady to a safe location. 484.
Sorry, and then just before you read 484, this is the wealth. Do you want to take 2? I'll take 1.
Sure, whatever.
Okay.
We're gonna have to spend it on a mini in a second,
yeah.
I think. All right. What was it? 484? I don't know what I was saying before.
484, 41.
484.
484.
There we go. 484. Each party member.
We're forced into a party,
right?
Yes. Yep.
Woo! Gains 1 experience and 1 rep.
Sweet. I need some food. Can this give us food?
Yeah, I know. Can we eat experience? Congratulations, you've completed your current chapter. Discard all event cards, including the active quests.
We didn't get through many.
Discard all event cards, including the active quests. So let's do this now. Random. Special B, counter 5. Okay. Discard it. Done. Discarded. We'll shuffle those later. I'll just throw them in there. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Then either save your game or draw a Chapter 6 setup card and follow its instructions to begin the next chapter. And there's some new tasks that are going to be divvied out, which we will deal with in the next episode. All right, we made it. That one was nuts. It literally was, let's play the maze game in the Exploration Journal on 153 Fernsea, which was kind of cool. We were already there. We didn't even need to light them in here.
No, not yet.
That was an interesting one. We literally only burned like 2 days, right?
Yeah. There's long 2 days.
And yet the playthrough was still 7 hours. No, I'm just joking. You guys know how long it was. You see the video. I'm just kidding. Anyways, so if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you do not miss when the next video goes up. Hit the little bell icon, and it'll also be notified when we do live streams, because we may play this live again sometime in the future. Probably not, but maybe. But we will do live streams of other games we have. So stick around on the channel for that. Thank you to our Patreon backers again. If you'd like to donate to support the channel, the links are down in the description below. Even a PayPal link if you don't want to do Patreon, you just want to do one-off donation. There is also our Too Many Bones Undertow fundraiser. There's a link in the description below for that. If you'd like to donate to help us get that game on the channel to play through that and use that content in our Too Many Bones weekly streams / playthroughs. Also, thanks to Mel for playing along with us. Thank you for being here watching. Thanks to everyone leaving comments. Any rules, things that were brought up and you want to leave comments about it, timestamp it, drop it in the comments below. Thanks to everyone who's been doing that and supporting us. It'll help us get better on the next playthroughs, help us correct mistakes. We're all learning this game for the first time here, so we're hitting some snags every now and then, but the game is awesome. But that's it. Stay tuned for Chapter 6, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.